because she doesn't remember it. So she just remembers there was a blue light coming out of your chest. Is that what you decided to remember?
Yeah. I think she's not ready to remember the other stuff, man. You gotta block that out.
Yeah, you just gotta let that go. It's not time.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm pulling my punches early. Let's get this ball rolling. And then the rest of you guys followed Jerry for a bit through the city. We saw a few different floors of the city, just sort of in passing. And then we went down a hole in his buddy's grandma's house. Went into the hole in the wall, went down into the sewers. As we were passing through the sewers, we saw a cat with like a bejeweled collar, who we currently have in our possession. And two people chasing it. And those two people ended up being some sort of like serpentine-looking folk, although they presented initially as sort of elven. There was a back and forth with them. Damien threw an ice knife at them. They got pissed, went to attack you. We talked them down. And now they're hanging out with us, because that's how you make friends in this world. And then we jumped into a cistern with Jerry, and we are now outside of the building where we are to meet this particular area of the Lamplighters' leader. And let me I need to get a lot better at writing down my notes, because I throw out so much bullshit and I write so little of it down. Make this smaller. I had to hit up Troy. I had to hit up Caitlin, because I was like, you guys sent me your notes, dog. Because I was making a lore doc. Oh, she did send it to me. Never mind. My bad. Never mind. Got credit where credit's due. Unghoul. Yeah. I don't know if you knew this or not, Troy. I don't know if I played it off well enough, but I made all that shit up in the other campaign, and I forgot it all. And I was gonna write a lore document, and then I was like, what the fuck did I say? Like, what was all those things? There's like all these fucking cities and names and dark mysteries and shit, and I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't write any of it down. So I had to hit her up and be like, hey, did you keep notes? Because I don't remember. Cat's out of the bag. I made all that shit up.
Is that why you're recording sessions now?
I don't have enough time to even go back and watch my sessions. So that's actually a really good idea, though. I could just go back.
You should just, watch the first 10 minutes, because you recap it.
But
yeah,
what
but
if
I don't remember, I don't remember the
recapped?
specifics. Like, okay, what I forgot in this campaign is I forgot the Lamplighter lady's name. And I forgot the name of the two serpent dudes. And I didn't write down my notes because I'm really terrible.
Oh, the serpent people, they're in the NPCs.
Yeah, but they're with us. And I forgot their names. And they had pretty good names, too. I actually did a pretty good job naming them.
Aethra and Teal?
Tail, maybe?
T-E-Y-E-L. That's the chick, I believe. That's
Tail, yeah, that's right.
Collected.
No, you're right. Okay, cool. They got them. Did anybody write down the name of the Lamplighters leader? Any chance?
When did you mention it?
A
Do
while
you
ago.
know that? Okay, I might have it
2 or 3
somewhere.
sessions ago. Yeah. Rash said it. Yeah, I think Rash said it.
I really should be writing things down.
It's my job.
I have something written down. I am so bad at spelling and trying to figure out
What the fuck I said?
The problem-
That.
The problem is, I wrote down so many notes that don't mean shit because the way you were telling the story, I was like, I'm gonna have to remember this. So I literally wrote like indent in the cobblestone in the alley. I'm like, nope, never have to fucking go there again.
Like, what does that mean? Yeah.
I think I remember that actually.
Iversaria?
Yes.
Something
Thank
like
you.
that.
Yes. It was supposed to be
I
kind of like eviscerate. That was like what I was going for.
My spelling does kind of
That's
look
terrifying.
like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine that we're talking to her with like no health or spell slots.
Who the fuck is Roti then? I have someone's name Roti with the fucking Unit 138.
Is that the robot? That's probably the robot. That's Rhodey, the little robot.
Oh, okay.
Rhodey the robot!
Is this one the lamplight woman a half elf?
You haven't met her yet, so you don't know. Even you also haven't asked. But the moral of the story is that I need to write my shit down when I say it, because I don't do that. And I was like, I'll remember. And now that I have 3 campaigns going simultaneously, I don't.
Oh no, that shit gets really jumbled real quick.
I'm proud of myself for just being able to make up all that shit on the spot, let alone fucking remember it all.
I've been a player in 3 campaigns, and I'm just like, I don't know which notebook I grabbed, so I don't remember shit.
Yeah, I've like winging, like making up a mystery, like the Aethra thing that we did, doing that as an improv DM. I hope I pulled it off for you guys, but it was so hard for me to do. But I was just like throwing shit. We started that campaign and I did not prep. I just like plopped down a map and I was like, what is this? And you were like, where are we? And I was like, I don't know. Where the fuck? And then I just let's make it up. And then I just had to come up with a mystery. So like as you were going, you're like, well, for starters, you had 22 perception. So like
that's her fault, not mine.
Yeah, no, that's her fault. I had to make up so much shit all the time. It was just like constantly like, oh, there's a clue everywhere. It was fucking hard, man. Anyway, I shouldn't tell you guys this because it gets rid of the mystery.
It's only gonna get harder when our proficiency bonus goes up.
I could make it even worse. I could take, what is it? It's either skilled or whatever the one feat, and I can get expertise.
If you got expertise, then what would that be, like 26 or something?
Oh my god, I don't even know. But it would be insane.
It's 24 right now.
Yeah, it'd be.
If you can get it above like a 20, if you get it above a 25, that's like you almost always see everything. And if you get it above a 30, then like there's very little things that you don't like. There's almost nothing that you
truly become Bran.
Yeah, at that point, I feel like you unlock like meta knowledge. Your character starts talking to God and shit.
Congratulations, you gain foresight.
Yeah, and you're like
9th level spell.
You're already like this weird. You're already real weird, so your character would just start saying shit to like us. And everyone would be like, what are you talking about? And you just be like, I'm talking to the people that are playing the game.
Well, you know,
I mean, that would fit. That would fit for her, though.
I've been in too many games where there's meta, like, fourth wall Deadpool bullshit breaking. It's entertaining, but man, I'm like, oh god, here we go again. I was in a campaign where a giant scorpion literally broke, like, one of our players had a giant scorpion as a, like, mount. And it got blessed by a god, so it learned everything.
The giant scorpion did?
Yes.
Can he talk?
It was also, yes. It was also like.
I was gonna say, because that'd be really inconvenient. The giant scorpion knows everything, but it can't talk. That would actually be kind of fun.
It also was like the best character. Like it literally did the most damage out of like. I was a paladin, and that thing outdamaged me because the DM decided to give it a class and a subclass, and it was just
the giant scorpion was like his DMPC. He was living vicariously through this giant scorpion.
Pretty much. It was fun.
Okay, so anyway, enough about me, and my fucking shenanigans. Just remember, like when I say something and it looks like I'm bullshitting, just be like, write that down, or else I'll forget. And then we'll find ourselves in this position. So I did the recap. I mean, like a lot happened, but like it was actually pretty short. I feel like each one of us individually, there wasn't that much that actually did go down. And I don't think I'm missing anything. Really, it was the cat, Aethra, and Tail. There was the whole witch thing, but we haven't really dug into that yet. And then we got to the lamplighters. And then Darren pretty much just went unconscious. And Bastiabas, a lot happened to him, to be fair. His girlfriend tried to blow him up. He's not here, so it's irrelevant. So at this point, you guys find yourself effectively just kind of like outside of this structure. It's pretty much like, it's pretty plain. It looks like, just a regular house. It's a little bit dilapidated on the outside. Some of the shutters are kind of falling off. It has this sort of like light pine wood exterior. The door is this red door that has been like slowly eroded. So there's like big patches of missing paint. There's like not any signage or anything. It's a 2-story building. There is like a partial deck that kind of wraps around the outside, but it looks like it's just sort of like a home. Hello, focus. Thank you. That just kind of wraps around the outside of up to the upper story, and that's pretty much it. There's not like a guard. You don't hear anything going on inside. Does anybody have a passive perception of like a million? I don't think so. On this one.
Big average 15, bud.
That's not bad though, actually.
I'm 18.
Oh, okay. 18 is pretty good too. You do not see anybody. There's like, you can kind of see through the panes. There's like 2 kind of like long panes next to the red door, and you can see into like a central kind of hallway, and you can see where it splits off, and you can see the back of what looks to be kind of like maybe a kitchen or some sort of like living area or something. But you can't see everything. To the left of this hallway, you can see there's a bit of a door that looks to be slightly cracked open, and a stairwell that goes up to the 2nd story. And then there's a door on the right side of this little like foyer. But you can't really see anything. You don't see anybody inside. And Jerry, he seemed like hesitant himself to go into this building, but he didn't tell you why or anything.
Is the snake people still with us?
Are those snake people with you?
Yeah, Petra and
Tail are still with you.
Okay. I thought they were gonna break off.
Now you guys, they were like, yeah, sure, fuck it, we'll come along.
Well, okay.
It's that or like hang out in the sewers, you know what I mean? Like with the. Oh, it's Petra. I did write it down. Look at me. It's Petra. Petra and Tael. Teyel. Look at me. Look at me. All right. I didn't write down Evisara's name though, so almost there. So how do you guys approach the situation? And are you there, just muted, or are you? I saw you like you disconnected and reconnected. Did you disconnect again?
No, I'm here. I'm having my camera off just for a little bit until I work the internet out.
No, you're good. I was just making sure you're here, just so I know.
Yeah, I'll probably get working in a couple minutes.
Before we do anything with this terrible decision we're about to make, I sent you a message last week. I still want to kind of go through with that, with the checking of the gym.
I need a refresher. Oh, for the cat.
The cat, and potentially get to know these people more. Try to help them out.
Do you want to do that pre or post?
Pre. I don't know what's going to happen post.
You want to do a pre?
Yeah, we can die.
Do you want to like rewind a little bit and do it like as you were kind of coming here?
That's fine.
Because there would have been a solid probably. You guys at this point, actually, for the record, it's probably nearing like night. It's kind of getting a little bit hazy in here. There is some like artificial light that kind of gives it this purple bloom inside of this area. But it's actually kind of reaching nighttime. But you are inside of the interior of a structure. So most of the time, unless you're towards the edges, the lighting in here is usually artificial anyway. But
so how did we get here from the sewer again? Like
I
know we went down a water slide.
You went down, you went down a water slide, and then you came out of like I don't know, what would that be called? You came out of a pipe, and there was like a little stream coming out that fell off. It went outside
or something like that.
it disappeared off the edge. Like there's like literally like an edge that goes off because you came out towards the very edge of this floor, and then you moved in deeper to get to this structure. So now you're kind of towards the interior of this floor. But when you came out, you were towards the edge of this particular floor, which I think was 32 or was 42. I can't remember. It was one of those two though, and you're really close to where this whole thing started. You're like literally one floor or two floors above where you started, and that's how you got here. You came out, and this particular area you're in is like kind of nicer. Has like these like gray stone cobbled streets. It's really quaint. The buildings have like a lot of the buildings when you first came out, you were in this kind of market district. They had like these white sandstone buildings. There's a lot of like hanging vines, like little tiny like cafes and shops and stuff. And now you've moved out into like kind of the residential area, and it's not quite as nice here as it was in the heart where you came out, or like in the central row rather. But now that's where you find yourself, towards like in the interior, less so on the edges. And it's probably like 6 or 7 after all that stuff we did yesterday. We spent a lot of time running around. So Leovold, you want to talk to the Aethra and Tael.
Yeah, hold on. I just got to get timeline fixed. So we docked, literally went our separate ways. Shit hit the fan. So
you docked like in the morning.
In like 4 hours, or is it more like 8 hours?
It's like 8 hours.
Oh, cool. We're about to go on a long march. All right. We probably need to rest.
Yeah, well, it's been you docked in the morning.
Yeah.
And then shit hit the fan.
6.
Yeah, and then shit hit the fan. So it might be a little bit more than 8 hours, but it's like in that ballpark. Okay. It's been like a full day.
I'm just not trying to get exhausted. Yeah, I would like to try to help these folks out by doing an Arcana check on the gem to see if I can figure out.
You already did detect magic, and it was the collar was certainly magical. It had like right? Didn't you do detect magic?
Nope. I do not have spells.
Well, I'm thinking of the other campaign, aren't I?
Yeah. I don't have spells with this guy. He just shoots.
You don't have that because you're a fighter. I forgot.
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of like almost play. I feel like Leovold and the other character have like similar energy.
A little bit. 2 characters in one.
You can do an Arcana check on it though.
Okay. I can't do an Arcana check. I really can't.
I mean, didn't I do one last time? I don't know if
You
I wrote
did,
down
and you
anything.
Somebody did some type of detection because I remember talking about the snake people's I remember talking about their like disguise, and it might have been you, Alyssa, but I do think
that's our best bet.
Somebody
I don't
did.
think I have detect magic. No, I don't.
I think you did an I remember describing that the snake people had some kind of magic on them, but I don't remember why. But it might have been you. And I'm not going to go back and check the recording right now.
16 is what I rolled.
16 is not bad. And I do remember telling somebody that the collar was clear. You did a check on the collar to see.
Yeah, I was looking at the collar. I think Damien was doing a check of some kind on the people.
He did. He got like a natural 20 perception on them or something like that, I think. Or I might be missing it. That might be something happening in the campaign too. Somebody got natural.
No, yeah,
perception.
I think it was that was when he realized that they were like reptiles or they can like shape
But you checked the collar, Alyssa, to see if it was like really valuable and if it was magical. And you didn't learn like a lot, but you could tell it was magical and that it was like it could be ridiculously expensive. You like really know it's like one of those things where it's clearly well made and like to the right person it might be priceless. And then Leovold, you got a 15, or was it? You said 15, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's clearly magical. It has a purple gem, and the collar itself is purple with some gold inlays, or rather copper inlays. The gem itself is housed in like a little copper kind of like cage. It has this little like kind of copper, like kind of almost like a little bell that connects it to the collar itself, and then it has copper that runs around the edges, and then the rest of it's like purple. And just from like, while your Arcana is a little bit different, this is like yours is more of like science. This is a little bit less of a scientific situation. but you do know, from like your limited knowledge of the more like magical side of etheric practices, that purple typically is involved with like enchantment and sometimes like maybe illusion, and you get a strong vibe of illusion magic on this. But that's it.
And the collar's on the cat that we can't get the collar off, right?
You wouldn't be able to get the collar off. You can't like the collar doesn't have a clasp,
Yeah, okay.
and it won't like pull off of the cat's head. Cat's pretty chill though.
That's terrifying. All right. Yeah, that's fine. On the way there to the, as Jerry's leading us, he's just gonna take out a bit of like parchment and start writing something down. And before going into this decrepit house that he's scared of, he's going to give the note to Petra.
Can I see if I can read the note?
I guess that'd be sleight of hand. Well, I feel like folds it up or something. It might be impossible. It depends. You could try to like sneak to see what he's doing.
Yeah,
And then-
I was thinking like kind of trying to look at it without him noticing.
Yeah, so you could try to do a stealth against his probably passive perception because he's actively writing a letter.
Oh boy.
And then
I don't suppose I have advantage or anything.
no, probably not. Probably not advantage.
All right. Well, I'm sure your passive perception is better than 7. So.
You kind of walk up quietly next to him, but you get too close, and he's like hears you breathing in his ear.
He doesn't really react. He just looks over his shoulder and then just kind of like cocks his shoulder up a little bit.
I'm being so casual right now. I'm just like looking around. You know, it's a nice night, isn't it?
I thought about her.
Well, you know, gotta take the small blessings.
Right, small blessings. Ship blows up. Crewmate gets kidnapped by some fucking random metal things. Yeah, small blessings. It is a very short note.
So
Do
we're
you
going.
want to send a message to me with the
Yeah, I
note?
got you.
What are you gonna say, Damien?
So we're going towards the center. You said, right?
I mean, yeah. At this point, it sounds like maybe we have passed that, unless you wanted to do something before then. You're
What-
moving further away from the exterior of this floor and closer to the like central part of the city.
The main reason why I'm asking is because like, it was the kid and the old man. Were they also going towards the central part, like but lower?
You're on a totally different floor than the one they were on.
Yeah.
So you're like one. I'm pretty sure it was one, but it was either one or you're right now. You're 1 or 2 floors above where everything started. So you're not even on like the same part of the city. They were moving towards the center of the floor you were on.
So then like the centers like aren't connected at all. Like it's not like one center kind of going all the way up.
Depends. Sometimes they are all connected, but there are floors where that's not true.
Okay.
But from where you were, that floor would be connected to this floor.
Okay, I would just keep my eyes out for them. I doubt they'd be up here, but just in case.
I tell the snake people that they have to introduce me to their underground sewer-dwelling snake people friends. You know, at some point later, when it's convenient.
Talia will tell you, I have no problem introducing you to them. They're a little standoffish, so
That's
you'll have to
okay.
make a
I
good
got
first
away with
impression.
people.
I can tell. You're gonna have to really turn up the charm because they don't really trust anybody.
I'm sure we'll be great friends.
Maybe. I doubt it, but you never know. It's nice to be hopeful. after everything, they don't really take kindly to newcomers unless you're kind of in the same situation.
Noted.
Check that. Petra gets that note. She reads it. She looks at Leovold, looks at the note, and then she walks over to Tail after you have that brief conversation with him. And she like grabs him by the shoulder, shows him the note, kind of like hands it to him folded. He reads it. He folds it up. And then he is going to say, Leovold, could I have a word with you for a second?
Hi, I guess.
In private, I guess.
He just looks around. I don't really think there's much privacy here.
Oh, you're the one who wrote the fucking note, okay? Fine, fuck it. Where's Captain Edberg?
Just go look for him.
That is
Why are you
incredibly
talking about Captain Edberg?
unspecific.
Just go look for him. Otherwise, if you keep following us, things may turn out pretty ugly. I'm not gonna... I can't really say you're innocent or not. But I just don't want your death on my hands.
I appreciate that. But we're pretty capable, and you still have the cat, and we can't really justifiably leave without the cat. We need the cat. I have no problem going to find Edberg, telling him I know you, seeing what comes of it. That's fine. But for now,
Who has the cat?
I have to get the cat. Did you
I mean,
guys
if I
get
have the
cat?
cat, I will like literally give it to him. I don't give a shit.
I don't think
The only
you
time
have the cat, but I don't think
I don't.
I don't think
I don't
they have the
remember having
cat though. Did one of you guys give them the cat?
I think I have the
didn't
cat.
care. Yeah, I think she does.
Okay, I'll say, like, if you promise to introduce me to your friends and let me help you find that witch, then I'll give you the cat.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll do shit. If we ever find Edberg, and then you, consecutively, which seems like kind of unlikely, to be honest with you. But if that happens, yeah, I mean, sure, I'll help you with with meeting my friends and the witch, and etc. I have no problem with that. But I can't promise anything. I don't know that I might never see you again. It's a big city.
I mean, you were in the sewers. Is that kind of where you generally hang out?
Yeah, but there's a lot of sewers. There's 100 floors.
There's no, like, place I can meet you or anything?
I mean,
There are central
guess,
hubs for the sewers.
no, we're always moving around. We can't stick around for too long, or the BDD will come down on us because we're fucking, snake people in the sewers.
So what if you were snake people outside the sewers?
It's hard to explain, but we can only stay like this for so long. So
Gotcha.
I want to ask Leovold and Damien if there's a place that, like, their crew hangs out.
I've been with them for a couple weeks. I don't know anywhere here.
All right, Leovold, is there a place where your crew hangs out?
We literally just fucking docked. We've
Well,
been out
damn.
for times. We don't have a meetup. This ain't like, hey, we're gonna go back to the old hangout. Like, we're scattered to the wind.
All right, well, I don't want to keep you, so I'll give you back the cat.
you pass him the cat. He takes it, kind of holds it like a football. Thanks. I appreciate you guys not killing us in the sewers. Petra kind of nods, says, yeah, thank you for not killing us in the sewers. Did you ever tell them your name? I assume you did.
I don't know.
I feel like you probably would have.
We did introduce ourselves.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah. During the little initiative roll thing.
I'll come around. Like, what floor did you guys? How'd you guys get here? You have like a ship. You have your
Well,
mercenaries. You
Had a ship.
where you? What,
Right.
Yep.
So shit blew up. Normal port area. Just go there.
all right. Fine. Yeah, I'll come there the next.
It's gonna be
3 days.
pretty hard to miss the cotton. All right, just trust me.
All right. Well, I'll go there the next 3 days. All right. If I don't see you, then I hope you're not dead. Good luck.
Probably are.
Him and Petra are going to go ahead and separate from you guys. They go back towards the way that you guys came, towards the sewers.
I just yell at him like, put a leash on that thing. By the way.
Not a bad idea.
Great. So we
Very-
ready to go make something stupid happen?
So, you guys, like, we got, frankly, I've completed my end of the bargain. So we're going to fucking go inside. You told me I can't leave. You're going to shoot me. So I'll go inside with you. But, any day now. Or not, I can leave.
I mean, you could have been paid hourly, but you gave us a flat rate. That's on you.
I'm a fair fucking guy. The
No,
fuck?
you underbidded yourself quite drastically.
No taken. All right. No. Is there
I'm
anything-
ready when you are.
Yeah, Damien's gonna go up to Jerry though and give him like a 3 gold tip and be like, "Appreciate you getting us here. Let's finish the job, Jerry."
Hey, look at that. Oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. That'll feed the litter. Puts it into a pouch. So I'm trying to think, if she doesn't. I never actually really met her before personally. I've seen her, like I've been in the same room as her, but I don't usually talk much. So I don't know shit about her. So I don't know if she has like pet peeves or if she, I would just, be careful, I guess. But I don't know if you're really the careful type. So, she's likely to stab you in the face.
That's fine. Between the 3 of us, we'll probably quickly figure out if she likes us or not and what pisses her
Yeah.
off.
All right, well, fucking follow me, I guess. And he goes to the door. He knocks twice, like real fast, like bop bop. And then he knocks 3 times slow. And then he knocks 3 times fast again. And then he opens it. And there's a bell that goes off on the inside. And he says, they're all probably downstairs. And he goes around the back side of the staircase that goes up. And there's another staircase directly underneath that staircase that goes down. And you see at the bottom of that staircase, there is a door. And he goes down there. He says, as he's going down, don't be too close. Just, get 5 paces. And then he gets down to the bottom. And he does that knock again. And the door opens. And behind that door, there is a big, like lizard folk. Big, jacked lizard folk, dude. It's got like kind of like dark green skin, almost black. And he says, what do you want, Jerry? Hey, Beebs. Nothing. I just got some people here. They got business with Evisara, so we'll go sit and wait, if that's cool. The lizard man nods and says, yeah, she's in a meeting, but she'll be done soon. Good. All right, Beebs, thanks. And he, come on, waves you in. You guys kind of come into the room. You see that giant lizard man. He has just like some like half plate armor on, nothing on the bottom half except for like this kind of like little drape, and doesn't really appear to be armed, but you can see he has like big ass claws, and he's a big guy. He's a bigger lizard folk. He's like practically like a lizard folk, like Goliath or something. He's massive. And you guys go in, and you're in this like central, like it's like a fucking basement, but it's been like, you can see where there's like these like temporary walls that have almost been put up to segment it off. doesn't look like they like are necessarily supposed to be there. They look like they're almost paper thin, like they used to be like kind of knocked down. And perception 18 passive. Does anybody have higher than a 16 on their passive perception besides Alyssa? That's where you can kind of hear a conversation happening past some of these temporary walls. It sounds like it's kind of far away. This must be like a pretty big area that's been cordoned off. And in this like little waiting room, there is like this kind of like mildewy couch, and then across the room, like on the other side, it has this like kind of dirt floor where you can see some of like the concrete foundation kind of poking out beneath this dirt, and there's like some pebbles and stuff that have been kind of like scattered around, but they've just kind of sunken into the floor a bit. And right in front of this mildewy couch, there's like a little bit of like a table that's seen better days. And on the other side of the room, in the left-hand corner, there is a wooden table, and there's 3 people around it. One of them is an orcish woman, looks like a half orc. She has a kind of reddish orange skin, big, strong lady, eye patch, bald, and like a bunch of tattoos covering her skin, with just like some like just regular, like, just clothes, just like, regular, like a white shirt, a jacket over that, some pants that look like they may have some loose leather protection in them, but pretty much unarmored. And then across from her is a gnomish dude in like black leathers. And then on the other side of the table, just a human guy who's a little bit older. Probably like he's like an old man. He's like 80 or something. And they're playing some sort of like card game.
Ooh.
And they won't pay you any mind. Jerry sits down. He kind of looks real nervous. He's kind of scratching himself and stuff. He looks over you guys and says, they don't really have any amenities. So just, be patient and wait, I guess. And what are you guys seeing this lady about anyway? I forget if we, but after the robots and everything, I kind of just forgot. Did you ever tell me?
Did we pay you to tell you?
I don't think you told me. You just said we're going to go. I don't think you really told me what your business was, but
I just want to have
had
a
a shot.
conversation. That's all. By the way, when the introduction's made, how do we introduce ourselves?
I was just telling her
Is
your
your-
fucking names or whatever.
What does she go by?
Evisara, her fucking name.
So she doesn't have a title or anything.
No, she's just a fucking, ganger. She don't. I guess you could like call her boss or something if you wanted to be respectful. Like, but her name's Evisara. That's what she goes by for the most part, from what I understand. I've never talked to the lady, Leovold.
Well, Jerry, I think it's time to promote yourself within your own ranks.
I don't think that I have that power. I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Figure of speech. Rubbing elbows. Have you heard that one before?
No, but I have heard, lick the litter.
Right. Just stand out. Impress her. All that shite. Get a bigger cut in your heists or whatever the fuck you do. Make yourself really important.
I mostly just hang out.
I've noticed.
That's fine.
2 scraps we've been in, and you've just sat there and watched like it was a fucking play.
Yeah, no, I don't do any fight. I have 7 kids. I can't afford to be dying.
Then you need a bigger cut, so you got to impress the boss.
That's why I do side gigs. That's where you guys come in.
You will die of side gigs, I'm telling you. Make yourself irreplaceable, bigger cuts, feed the family.
You guys hear right after you say that, you hear like a loud kind of like bang coming from further in, and the red-skinned workwoman gets up and she goes to a door that's in the middle of like the partitioned walls, goes in and closes it. She's gone for like a couple minutes, and she comes back out, and with her is the old man.
Cue Connor killing mode.
Like, and is he like dead or like what's going on?
No, he just
Oh,
walks out the door.
Wait,
That's
so this is a
it.
different old man than was already there?
I had the process like that it was that old man. I was like, wait a minute. Oh wait, okay. Wait, how did you guys get to this floor?
You talking to him? He doesn't
Yeah, I'm gonna
see you
talk
yet.
to him.
He comes out and he's like talking to the red-skinned workwoman, and then
Oh, you know this
he
guy?
turns and he starts walking towards Beebs.
Yeah, I know him a little bit. But
For Alyssa, the old man, he's an older guy, wrinkled face. He has like a pepper kind of goatee, a little bit of a long mustache. He has really long hair that kind of goes down his back, and then he's wearing these kind of elaborate black and white robes. And that's pretty much him. He has a crest on the robe that looks like a serpentine sort of dragon. And Damien, you just walk up to him.
yeah, and I'm all like, is the kid anywhere near him, or do I have to roll like a
No.
perception for that? Okay, like
Nope.
you just. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go up to him then.
You walk up to him, and he sees you, and he looks surprised by the fact, probably, that you're alive.
Hey, what are you doing on this floor? And where's the boy?
Juzu is in a safe place for now. I came here because this is the woman that dwarf, Barnabas, told me to see. This woman is meant to take me and Juzu to Omyoji.
Wait, so she was the one who was gonna take you? Interesting.
The woman in the back, Evisara, she is to make a convoy for me.
Yeah, we were just about to have business with her too. We were actually going to be looking for the people that almost blew us up on the ship earlier. I doubt you're that interested though if you guys are about to go back home.
Well, there's going to be some time. She's not able to move about at this moment because of what happened. So there's going to be, unfortunately, a wait.
That does suck. In the meantime, we've heard some news that people might be trying to set them up for the explosion. And if we could have their help, and maybe even your help, I mean, I doubt they'd be able to stand in our way. We first got to talk to Evishar, though.
I could help, but I'm not against the idea if it gets me and Juzu out of here faster, but I can't do anything to put him in danger.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in the fight. He's too young at this point.
But I can't leave him or get the wrong kind of attention either.
That's true. I will talk to her, though, because who knows? If we're able to deal with this, maybe you guys would be able to go home faster, too.
Maybe. And if that is the case, I could be inclined to help.
Okay. Well, I hope you can stay around a little bit for after our conversation, but it seems like we're going to be talking to her next.
I could wait outside for a bit, but I can't promise I will be there when you come out.
Okay. If you're not, say hi to the boy for me.
I will say hi to Juzo for you. He gives you like a light bow, and then he walks over past Beebs. Beebs opens the door, and the old man goes upstairs. Jerry looks at you. You know that guy?
A little bit. I don't really like him too much, but he's got a good. His grandson is a pretty good kid. So
Oh, is that the one you were gonna kill?
that's the joke. Yes, originally, I talked to the kid. I got to know him, but originally I thought that they were some murdering, super culty Klansmen. So I thought differently at first. I figured it out later. So I still don't know about the old man though. I still don't know if he's like fully.
The orc lady speaks up and says, Jerry, don't keep her waiting. Jerry says, hey, yo, okay. Come on. I think we gotta go.
No time like the present.
He kind of tips his fingers at the lady, goes past her, and makes his way down this there's this long hallway with these partition walls on the sides. You can see on the right side, there's an open area that looks to be has a bar in the back on the right. On the left, it's a bunch of these little rooms. You can see there's probably 4 doors on the left side. On the right, there's a little bit of a partition wall that goes up, and then there's a big open, probably about 30-foot wide gap that goes into a room that's probably about 40 by 50. And in the back of that, there's a bar. Currently, it's empty. But the central area of it looks like it's an underground kind of brawl ring. And he goes past that. And then I'm going to jump to a Darren for a little bit here.
You had to do it when I took a bite of food.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, that's okay.
All right, let's do this.
Come on, focus on me. Affects your problem.
It has ADHD.
It does. I'm gonna fuck with it. It's gonna fall down. Yep, there we go. Chew. Oh, son of a bitch. You motherfucker. So it'll get me eventually. You wake up.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Joy. Seven.
You wake up in this. You're in a very comfortable seat. It has this red velvet little 2-seater, and you realize as your eyes kind of flicker open, you see the captain next to you asleep. You're in this copper ball. The walls are copper. There's a glass window that goes around the whole midsection of this spherical thing you're sitting in. And you hear a whirring, and you can kind of look up, and it has a glass ceiling as well, with copper lines between it, holding the separate panes in place. And you can see that it has a helicopter rotary blade on the top. And you guys are flying towards Grand Rise. You're currently just in the sky. And Edberg, he has his head against the window across from you, and he's sleeping and snoring.
What exactly would be the last thing that a Darren would remember? Would it be of getting taken by the robots, or is it
I think it'll be kind of loose. I think it'll all be kind of getting pieced together. I feel you'd remember it starting from the beginning, so you'd remember the ship blowing up, going through the city, going through the weird thing. There was the factory. You remember the little robot and talking to the gang members, and you remember going through the city with Jerry, and then getting ambushed by the robots, and then getting taken by the robots. And then after that, I think it would get a little bit hazier. Remember walking through like this like really nice garden, pirate ship thing, and then you remember seeing the captain with that elven man, and then going into the basement, getting put into the chamber, and then that's when everything gets weird, and you can't really remember what happened after that. Except for the one thing, depending on whether or not you choose to remember it or not.
Captain, wake! Where are we? What happened? How long has it been? How long? I don't.
Hey, why are you screaming? God dang, I was sleeping. It'd be nice to see you too.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember anything. Not anything. Well, some things, but not a lot. How long? How long has it been? How much time?
Like an hour. Why are you freaking out?
You know why?
I don't know why you're freaking out. I don't know. You got to tell me. All right, because I told all you guys to come with me to see Heimdall, and you guys were like, no, we're going to go do our own shit. And then you snuck into Heimdall's anyway, got yourself put into one of his robot's boxes, and then the thing malfunctioned because you're a fucking person. And then Heimdall found you, and he fucking was like, hey, what the fuck is this about? And I said, hey, I know that fucking lady. And then he returned you to me. And now we're in this fucking gyrocopter flying back to the fucking city on his expense, which is good. And also, we're good things from my meeting with Heimdall, if you care. I know you all got to do your own hero mission.
Sorry if I'm a bit traumatized. I woke up and I thought I forgot again. I thought it happened again.
Well, did you? Or do you remember? Sounds like you remember.
I think I remember most of it.
Well, that's good. Do you remember everything before that?
Yeah.
Well, then you're all right. You just probably got jammed in the spine with like some fucking robot juice or something, and it fucked you up. That's why you don't go fucking around doing hero missions when you're fucking getting paid an hourly wage.
I just wanted to find out what happened to the ship.
Well, I think I might have found out, or I mean, at least I've got a way for us to get another ship.
Well, that's good.
Heimdall, the cloud retainer of the city, the one who keeps this whole fucking thing floating, he told me that if we find the lamplighters responsible for blowing up our ship and his shipment, he'll give us the full 10,000 and he'll give us a rebuild of our ship on his dime. 10,000 gold and brand new ship.
He said if we find the lamplighters responsible.
That's what he said. If we find those no good, dirty, filthy lamplighters, dead or alive, easy. Bring them in. He'll pay us. He'll pay us for the Aethra, and he'll build us a new ship. What do you say about that? We got a home. Hey, that's a home.
God, Caitlin wants to make an insight check so bad, but Darren, she trusts the captain too much. This is his gyrocopter. You said.
Oh yeah, he's got a ton of them. That motherfucker is loaded.
Okay, then I think it sounds great. I think what you're talking about sounds great. I definitely don't have anything to talk to you about when we get out of here.
That was incredibly suspicious. Yeah, no, me neither. Did you hear what I just said? 10,000 gold and a new ship. We're going to be okay.
Yup. Yup. We're gonna be great.
That was not an enthusiastic laugh, Darren. That was a sarcastic laugh. That was like a confused and worried laugh. I don't know if you... That robot fucking tube must have fucked you up something serious.
Yup. That's totally it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Are you all right? And he grabs you and he kind of turns you around. He lifts up
No,
the back
I'm not all right.
Looks at your spine. Put your shirt back down.
What are you doing? I'm not all right.
Up.
I am. Just not in the outside way, in the inside way, in my head.
Man. You'll be all right. We're gonna get these guys. We'll get you a new ship. Everything's gonna be fine.
Have you heard from anybody else?
Not really. I saw you guys, and then I told you we're going to take off. And I saw the rest of the crew, the assistant, Nettie. They took off. I think she went to go spend some coin or something, and then I left and went here, or there rather.
Okay. You haven't seen like Bastrobus or heard from like Leopold and Damon at all?
Not yet. No, I figured I'll go back to where we left them, wait around, see if they show up, and then get some rooms, one of the inns on me. We're gonna be recouped, so it's all be all right, and then we'll take it from there. We'll get Nettie to look at her fucking crystal staff bullshit, tell us where we got to go or whatever, and then we'll go fucking roll some heads, get some gold, get a new ship.
Yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's awful or bad. I'm not traumatized at all.
What are you, lady? I don't normally say this, but you need a drink. You got to chill the fuck out. You're freaking me out. I've had a good day. I'm not letting you fuck it up.
Well, good for you. I haven't had a good day. How is this a good day? Our ship blew up.
Well, yeah, no, that part was pretty terrible, but everything after it was, promising, if nothing else.
Oh, okay, fine. Do you have anything to drink then? If you're, like, something to make the screaming in my head stop.
No, that good shit that Leopold gave me, lost it.
Okay.
Barnabas is going to be pissed off, but it's fine. Fuck that guy anyway.
Okay.
When we get you, we'll go back. We'll go to the. We'll figure out where the fuck Nettie went, and we'll get a room. We'll get you some dinner, and it'll be all right.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. This is okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
You guys take this rotocopter. It brings you back to the general area where you landed initially. Obviously not right where you landed, because that's in a cordon. But he looks around, tries to find fucking god damn it. What's that character's name? Just press guy. Avriel. He tries to find Avriel. Doesn't find him. He doesn't wait too long trying to find him. And then he says, well, Darren, pretty sure I know where Nettie went. So why don't we head on over there and we can find Avril another time. He's probably sleeping somewhere.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. What if the lamplighters weren't the ones that blew up our ship?
Well, who the fuck else would have done it?
I don't know.
Well, that's not a good place to start. You have like a hunch or something.
No, we heard some lamplighters talking, and they're like, "We need to do this. We were just gonna steal some shit, not blow up shit."
Well, that's not good. That's not good. But they're fucking disorganized as hell. Somebody else. This could have just been like a rogue agent. Could have been. It's gonna be our job to figure that shit out. But who else would it be? It's gonna be a fucking lamp. People did it. They've done this shit twice now.
What if it's not them, does the deal stand? Like, if we find somebody who did it, but it's not the lamplighters, do we still get a ship? And or does it have to be? Was it specifically the lamplighters?
I mean, this was an old school kind of handshake deal. I didn't get a written fucking contract. He just said, find the lamplighters that did it, and I'll do that shit for you. So let's fucking find some lamplighters and figure out who did it. A lamplighter.
Okay, but what if a lamplighter didn't do it?
Well, maybe we figure out who did do it, and then we find a lamplighter, and we get our ship back, and then we do that other shit later.
So we turn in a lamplighter who didn't do it, but what?
Yeah, or a whole bunch of them, or whatever the fuck. We just get that money.
Why wouldn't we just, if we find who did it, can we just pretend that they're a lamplighter? If it has to be a lamplighter?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's not a bad plan. Maybe, yeah, for sure. Fuck it, that's good. Slap a sticker on them, fucking, call them a mule. Who gives a shit? That ain't a bad idea, Darren. Fuck. Yeah, I never thought of that. And maybe, I guess it depends on who did it, right?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, what would be the odds that, like... No. Let's not go there.
What? Fucking say. Who do you think did it?
I've been through a lot today. I don't think I'm operating from a logical place. I don't think that I'm ready to say.
Well, I'm fucking curious, but we can hold on to that. We'll hold on to that. You hold on to that thought, and get some food in you, get a little R&R, and then we'll see if you're ready to talk about it. Maybe Nettie can get it out of you.
Okay.
So you follow him down into like the market area, and there's a building. There's a whole bunch of people like outside of it. There's another cordon, and the captain, he like walks past this cordon with you. He's like, man, the city is going fucking crazy today. What the fuck is going on? And as you guys make your way around the side of that building, just half of it's missing. He's like, well, shit. I don't know. I hope the next one. damn it, Darren, your fucking people are staring at us.
I don't care.
Well, normally you give a whole lot of shits about people looking at you.
Normally my home isn't blown up.
He like drags you through the streets, and you go back a little bit further, like 3 or 4 blocks into this section of the city, and you see a larger structure that's like white sandstone outside. It has a lot of like golds and stuff, and there's a big sign above it that says the Sky Saucer. And he says, then he's gonna be in this motherfucker. And he walks up these big double doors, he pushes it open. Immediately an elven guy who's like perfect, he has like perfect skin, he's got a little bit of makeup on, long platinum hair. He like immediately comes up, hello sir, can I help you? And the captain just puts a hand, shut the fuck up, and he moves past him. And the guys go, oh my goodness. And the captain's like, come on. He nods you, and you kind of come into this space. There's like a dining hall on the left that has like a bunch of like formal seating, and then on the right there's this big open area. It's 3-tiered, and there's like a central spiral staircase, and in the middle of that staircase there is like a bar that wraps around it, and then there's like a little alleyway. So the bar is like not a full circle. There's a little alleyway between the bar that goes to that spiral staircase that then goes up, and it branches off to go to these like higher platform side. There's like these booths up there. And give me a perception check. You can do it at disadvantage. I feel like you might have disadvantage on this.
Yeah. That is a nat 1.
He comes in. There's a bunch of people in this right-hand side of this structure, and there is a stair. There's like in that central foyer, so it goes to the left. There's this formal dining area. It goes to the right. There's this like open, more of like a proper tavern bar with a spiral staircase, and in the middle of that foyer, there are stairs that go up. And as you're trying to take all this in, there's like a bunch of people on the right side, just like, you know, the place is like pretty packed. The captain is kind of looking around. He says, well, shit, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find Nettie in here.
What? You can't find Nettie? What if she was
No,
outside? What if she was where the explosion was? What if she's dead?
The second explosion, she wasn't where that building that got cleaved in half. That probably wasn't even an explosion. That was probably like a rogue sky giant or something. That's no big deal.
What if she was there?
No, that place was fucking low class. Nettie wouldn't be caught dead in that place. She's here. She's here. I can smell her, but I just can't see her. Why don't you go sit down? I'll get some rooms rented, and in the meantime, maybe you can go fucking sleep the crazy off.
Okay.
I don't mean that in the nicest way possible. You're gonna be all right. He goes over to the bar. You see him have a back and forth with the bartender. He comes back. He says, now, Darren, if you go back to that hallway where that pretty little elf boy got in our way, you turn right, there's a staircase. Go up that staircase twice. So if one staircase, boom, up again 2 times. And then he puts a key out. He says, and then look for a door with this number on it. And he like jingles it. And that's your room. And I ordered you some food that'll come up in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, go eat, go relax. You want me to order you like some clothes or something? You look like shit.
Thanks. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll order you some clothes. That was a reaction that says you want some fresh clothes. I got you. All right, you go on. I'll be up there in a little bit.
Okay.
Do you listen to him?
she would at least go up to the room to start right now.
He says 306 on it. You go upstairs. In the hallways, there's like some people that are kind of hanging out, like mingling. There's like some like young couples and stuff. They're in the hallways. Some like people run past you, giggling and shit. There's like some women that are out and about. There's like waiters that are coming to and fro. So it's actually even kind of chaotic up here too. But you get up to your room. You go inside. It's really nice. All the walls and the floor are like both like a dark red, kind of like a cherry wood. Has like a big, nice bed. Has a bathroom. It has like etheric lighting. It's real nice. It's even got some. You can tell that you can see that there's like some copper running along the edges of the building or the walls in here, and it feels like the room itself might be like slightly air conditioned. It's like perfectly climate controlled.
Alright. I think Darren at this point is like, she would want to try and find the other crew members, but doesn't like really have a frame of reference of where to start other than knowing that they were going to see the one lamplighter lady. And I think after the day that she's just had, she's just going to take like one of the few journals that she has left, like that she had on with her, and just like start trying to write the facts of the day to like try and get some grounding and centering and make some sense of like just the chaos that's in her brain.
As you sit down, start journaling, after a little bit, 15 or so minutes, there's a knock on the door. You hear a voice on their side says, "Room service."
I think she'd go and check. Because they're like old people, like they sometimes do.
There's a little like golden metal thingy. What would that even be called? Like a little gold blocker thingy. Flips up, and you're able to peek through. And it's like a young, like early 20s human guy. Kind of looks like Aragorn.
Does he have room service with him?
He has like a nice little suit, like a little outfit on, and he has like a tray, and then he has something draped over his arm.
All right. Open the door.
Gives like a little bow, and then he brings the tray in and he sets it down on the nightstand next to your bed. And he goes over, he opens the closet. It's empty, but he like hangs the thing that was on his arm in the closet, and then he walks over to you and he gives another little bow and he says, "Sorry for this disturbance. Have a nice night." And then he just like goes to leave.
Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. I think she'll just go back to journaling for a little bit. We'll eat.
It's a nice, when you eventually do get to it, it's a nice, as there's like a steak in there. There is some kind of veggie, whatever whatever the captain would think a Darren would like, whatever that might be. And then it has like a sweet potato and some sweet potato fries, and then like this like really sweet dipping sauce that goes with the fries. And then you spend time journaling. You manage to calm down a little bit. Give me like a wisdom, not a saving throw, like a wisdom, like just kind of like a check. I guess this could be like maybe perception, perhaps, but it's not perception in the traditional sense.
All right. I think my perception's the same as my wisdom score anyway. So 18.
So you don't get like lost in the time too much as you journal. But between like maybe picking at your meal or just journaling, You think you spent like about an hour in here, and you do manage to feel yourself kind of like come down a little bit. You're not as quite as heightened when you hear this room that you're in is in the back of the hallway, and it has an exterior window on the back side of the room. Just the one. You hear a on the window.
Alright, I'll go to the window.
You see Rhodey.
What are you doing here? I don't look like that robot guy anymore.
You open the window, and Rhodey flies in. You ask him that question, and he says, I was sent to check on you. Your diagnostic came back very irregular.
Well, yeah. That would make sense. I'm not a robot.
Yes. My creator, the Cloud Retainer, asked me to do a diagnostic on you and then return back to the Hanging Garden.
Didn't you already do a diagnostic? Or are you here to do a diagnostic now?
I did a diagnostic on you, and your readings were very abnormal. He wanted me to check to see if there were any changes in your diagnostic reading.
Are there?
Rhodey's little eyes blip, and there you can kind of see the shimmer of the blue light come off of him, scan up and down, goes back in. His little like black mirrored face flashes with like a smile, and he says, no changes worth noting.
How was my diagnostics irregular? Exactly.
Your energy readings are very high.
What does that mean?
Rhodey believed that it meant that maybe your etheric core was malfunctioning when you were in the disguise of Unit 7. But now Rhodey thinks, well, Rhodey doesn't know what to think. But the Cloud Retainer will be happy to hear this. Thank you for your time. And
Wait, who's the Cloud Retainer?
He zips back, turns, says, Cloud Retainer Heimdall. He is the one who provides Aether and engineering assistance to the city of Grand Rise.
Okay. Alright, I don't know what to do with any of this, but okay, it's fine. I can totally assimilate this in to everything.
Rudy's
that has
little
happened
face
today.
lights up blue, and he projects like a screen image from him, and a commercial for Blue Gear pops up, and it's a refrigeration commercial. And then his face wears back, and he says, "Sorry about that."
Did you not mean to do that?
No.
What? What are
Saying-
you?
I am Unit 138, Rhodey.
And what exactly do you do?
I'm a diagnostic assistance tool for Cloud Retainer Heimdall.
And what do you diagnose?
Constructs, primarily, but sometimes etheric systems for creations, for Blue Gear in general. I do home visits.
You're okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, Darren at this point is just like fully like just staring off into space.
He says, "Good day," and then he frizzes a little bit, and he says, "When you think Aether gear, think blue gear." And he goes, "Oh, sorry," and then he just zips out the window.
All right. Only the weirdest day of my life, but that's fine. That's cool.
I'm gonna give us 5. 9:58. We'll come back. I'm gonna get a drink of water, and then we'll go back to the rest of the gang. Okie dokie. So, you guys go past this open sort of bar arena to the last door on the left in this hallway. And the red-skinned orcish woman opens it from the outside and kind of stands out of the way and says, "Good luck. Gonna need it." Jerry says, "Oh, I hope not. Thanks, though." And then he walks in. He says, "Hey, nice to see ya." And then he turns around and kind of like waves you guys in. You guys enter into this back room. It's super plain. There's like nothing against any of the walls. There's just a desk in the middle that's like this really simple, pretty much just a table. And there's like boxes underneath it instead of like shelving. Behind the desk sits what might be like a half Goliath. It's a woman with like very dark skin beyond the point of being black. She's like, her skin is properly like ebony colored, and she has like a big mass of curly black hair and then like piercing kind of like yellow green eyes. She has like red bushy sleeves that are like puffing at like the elbow and the wrists and the shoulders, like these leather black straps, and then a suit of like this black sort of half plate. And she's sitting behind that table and she says, "Well, go on, sit." And Jerry looks and there's only 3 chairs. He says, "Well, why don't you guys sit? I'll just kind of stand at the back. Visara, I'm Jerry. You probably don't recognize me. That's fine. These guys wanted to talk to you, and I brought them here." And she kind of cuts him off towards the end of that and says, "Why would you bring them here?" He said, that's a good question." And he turns to you guys.
At that moment, I kind of like pull Jerry aside and go, "How many kids did you say you have? 7?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How many kids did you say you have? 7?
Yeah, that's right. I got 7 kids right now. Yeah.
All right. Here's 14 gold. Get the fuck out before she has your head."
He goes, he just fucking leaves.
Leopold immediately walks over to one of the closest chair and takes a seat.
Damien will also sit down too.
Yeah, so will Alyssa.
She just kind of watches curiously, doesn't say anything.
Hell of an employee you got there.
Maybe.
All right, let's just cut to the chase. We hired him to take us here to ask you a question. The question indeed be asked is, are you the ones that blew up the Nomad?
If the Nomad is the ship that blew up at the hole, no.
Well, I know little about your organization. I know you've don't like anyone dealing with Aether. But I would like your assistance in locating and tracking down or giving of any information you can to the sorry sons of bitches that destroyed my home.
She kind of leans back in her chair, kind of bounces a bit. The Nomad, that was your ship?
I was crew. I didn't own it. But I called it home for 8 years.
We have some information. Not a lot. I'd be more than happy to give it to you. After I do that, I have a question for you. And I expect that you'll answer it honestly.
Tit for tat, so go
You
ahead.
saw a Genasi. Not much, not like her, but kind of like her. She blew up. She blew up Gunther's down the way from your ship. And from what we understand, she blew it up the same way she blew up yours. I don't know why. I don't know for who. But she wasn't one of ours.
And when did this happen?
8 hours ago.
All reports say like an hour after the
Oh my god.
first one.
Never stops with this city, does it?
No, I guess not. So, my question. You guys wouldn't be crewed up with a Genasi and a Aarakocra and a Red Dragonborn by any chance, would you? She leans back in her chair, and then she flourishes a pistol.
Well, if you want an honesty, Leovold kind of stands up, walks behind the chair, and kind of leans on it. They're members of the crew. Wayward
I'm not,
souls
by
that we
the way.
picked up.
Well, those three killed some of my best men. Pretty brutally, I might add. If I'm not mistaken, the only person that survived was the Gnomish doorman, who was lucky enough not to go back, and he came back about 15 or so minutes later, and he said that one of the people was hanging from the wall. His head was a part of the wall, and
Jesus.
one guy was decapitated. And old Billy Blackmane, he was separated at the middle. Why would they do that? And why are you here exactly? To work with us?
I want to ask Leovold and Damien what kind of thugs they're running with.
Well, if you're not part of the crew, it really doesn't matter to you, does it?
Their past is none of my business.
Their past? I thought they did this today.
Well, I wasn't there for it. I didn't know about it till now, but this is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Still technically the past. It happened just now.
Leovold answers your question with, our crew is one of the best in scraps. There's some people you just don't fuck with in our crew. I cannot answer why they did it. I don't know. I've been traveling to see you and talk to you and your organization for the past 4 or 5 hours.
Another thing I could add too, the talk of the town too is that you guys are going to be the ones to blame for this incident anyway. So who knows? Maybe they thought that you guys ended up blowing up the ship or something. Because that's what Jerry was telling us. That's what a lot of people were thinking. And that was another reason we wanted to talk to you, was because a lot of people are going to end up accusing you guys for this. So maybe we can team up and go against this common enemy to also get this off of your name as well.
She rests the pistol on its side, kind of lets go of the trigger, taps it. I can let bygones be bygones. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There has to be a price to pay for that, but I'm willing to set it aside for the time being. I'll help you any way I can. You have some skin in the game, so I expect that you'll help me. Any way you can.
I am sorry for the loss of your organization's talent. Ever since the Nomad got blown up, I've been trying to find the source, and the source led me here. You're saying it's not you, and from what I've heard, your organization declines ever doing it. Heard word that you've hired outsiders before, and they've taken liberty on themselves to do awful atrocities. If and when your compensation comes, it won't be by us. It has to be by the captain.
That's fair. I don't know this captain of yours, but can I potentially meet him?
If we're going to start working together, I feel like you're probably going to meet him sooner rather than later. Although
We're laying low because, like you said, they're going to come down on us hard. After the first incident, they came down on us pretty hard, and we had to lay low for years. They took out a lot of us, and I suspect that this time they're going to try to finish the job. So,
Quick question, because I'll be honest, I know the old man that you were talking to earlier. If we're able to take out this common enemy, and you guys don't have to worry about this threat, I guess you guys wouldn't have to worry about all the trouble and everything, right? Would you guys be able to go along with his trip earlier, or would you guys still be in hiding?
I guess it depends. I mean, you get rid of the you, whoever gets rid of the threat. You're not gonna fucking destroy the entire BTT. But none of us are gonna just go and destroy the whole entire world government here. So let's be realistic. But if you clear our name, I mean, that's a whole different situation. Then yeah, maybe if that's possible. I suspect that we would be working sooner, but I don't know that I'm not going to hold my fucking breath.
You guys got any rivals? Anyone who would want to see you destroyed?
They've done a pretty good job of shutting down any rival organizations. There's a couple. There's the Goners. Dagger Sicario, but they ain't. I mean, they ain't gonna do it. No, I suspect that this was. I think that if you're asking me, I think it's an inside job. I think the BDD did it. They're gonna blame it on us just so they can get rid of us. But I guess you could. I can try to set you up, or at least tell you where to go to meet up with some of the other people around here. But
Worth following up on? You really think the BDD would blow up a ship full of Aether just to, have a reason to attack you? Couldn't they do that anyway? You're already criminals.
you can't just shoot thieves. But I think they're tired of us disrupting their Aether. Dispensing it in a more egalitarian? Is that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Word. More equal way. I don't think they like it. So, yeah.
So it would be worth one shipment if it could get you out of their hair.
Yeah, I think that they would, kill a couple folks. I mean, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's like just a division guy on the street or nothing, but I'm talking about, up there on the first.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I don't think that you're gonna, I don't think that I'm gonna fucking do anything about that. I don't think you're gonna do anything about it, but more fucking power to you.
So we gotta prove to the government that the government did this. Great.
Yeah.
Just gotta find the fuckers that did it.
Or get the fuck.
If they are the ones that did it, which doesn't make sense to me right now, but granted, it's been a long
The
night.
robots that took Darren looked like Blue Gear to me.
I was about to ask you, has your organization in the past couple of months have increasing problems with these automatons?
We've run into some constructs, but no, I don't know what the difference between an automaton and a construct is. You have to excuse me, but we've ran into some pretty nasty steamwork golems, a couple copper scarabs, but
Anybody wearing a cloak with glowing eyes?
no, I can't say that we have seen any
Yeah, you'd
What
probably
are you
remember
talking
that.
about? Middleman? We haven't ran into any middlemen.
How serious are you in clearing your name and helping us?
Serious as shit, but not serious enough to die about it.
Vivold walks away, around his chair and approaches her. And as he does, he's reaching into his bag. And he wants to get like right in front of the table where she's sitting.
She kind of
And
like
he's going-
reaches, puts her hand back on the gun a bit, and kind of gets her finger in there a little bit.
And he's going to pull out the copper chassis. These golems, these scarabs have any type of technology like this, and he slams it down.
She leans forward. Yeah. We've taken down a few of them. The steamwork golems, not so much, but the copper scarabs, we've managed to take out some of them from time to time, and that looks like an etheric housing. We've seen that. I don't know the fuck. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that's the same shit.
Yeah, well, that housing houses Aether that shouldn't exist. The way they've altered it, whoever it is, whatever these constructs things are ran by it. And it. We had a friend. We don't know what happened to her. She was disguising herself as one of them. And they came and took her. And it was a
shit.
brutal fight. Honestly, that fight probably cooled my head down a little bit before meeting you.
Well, that's good. I'm glad for that. Glad you survived. Your friend is they
Don't
kill
know.
her?
We don't know. We don't know where she's at. We don't know where she is or even if she's alive. But I managed to blow one of them to bits with the help of them. And I've never seen anything like this, so with your organization and how well you all stick to the shadows, at this rate, I would just say you're information gatherers until we get all the pieces of this puzzle figured out.
That's what we were gonna do. I'm not planning on going much anywhere. I poke my head out. It'll get knocked back down. But I have lights everywhere, and we're gonna be digging up information to try to do what we can. I mean, if you're able to kind of move around, that could help.
Don't you think the government would have expected this though? Because if they did this, they probably would have known you guys would have went into hiding anyway. If they did this, they're coming to try to kill you guys. Some of you might survive, but I mean,
Man, real
He's like
ray
the-
of sunshine over here.
look, they were willing to blow me up to do it. Like, they're obviously like this. They finally pulled
No,
the
no,
trigger.
you're not wrong.
I want. That's a good time. I want you guys to make a perception check.
Oh shit. Bomb number 2 goes off.
Oh no!
It's bomb number 4 at this point.
Oh, I got a good roll. Hold up.
Well, I didn't. I got
Perception.
10.
21. Let's go.
I'm in the middle. I got a 17 if it matters.
You guys are pretty far back in this structure. But on the 20, what did you get labeled? I missed yours. It was 10.
I got a 17.
17 isn't bad.
Damien got 21.
Damien, you're the first one. You hear a knock at the door. It's faint and kind of far away, but it's just 3 like bangs. Boom, boom, boom. And it's really faint, like you can barely hear it. And it's right after you say they're coming, they're gonna kill you. And you hear bang, bang, bang. And you kind of sit up a little bit,
Oh,
and you hear Beebs. At this point now, you hear Damien. You hear. Let me see if Sarah hears. If Sarah hears Beebs yell out. This is when. So Damien, you hear that initial knock, and there's not quite enough time between the knock and this happening for you to really react too much. We're talking about like a second, you know. But you hear Beebs yell out, "PDD!" And then you hear like a, and then just like a bunch of these like really high-pitched ringing noises and a couple screams from the way. And Ivisara kind of shoots up, grabs her pistol, and she goes to the door and like throws it open, looks down the hallway, and she says, we gotta go. Come on.
I grab the chassis and follow.
Yeah, I'm out.
As
I
you
have nothing. I have no key points, nothing. Let's get out of here.
I got bullets.
he goes into the hallway, and then like really quickly, like she's like, you know, full-blown sprinting into the room with the bar and the arena. And as you guys are like a little bit behind her, what's the order, you think? I feel like Damien's probably
fucking the fastest.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just running at this point, aren't we?
It could just be perception. Like Damien was first, Leeville was second, Alyssa was third.
Oh.
Damien also has the most movement, so I feel like he'd also be in the front.
I was going to say like, that's also true as well.
What's your movement?
I think 40.
He's a monk. He has
5,
40.
actually? Hold up, let me check.
I have 35.
Oh, 40. Yeah, no, I have 40.
Okay.
So we could do it. I'll let you guys decide. Whoever's in the back is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm the slowest out of the group. Only by 5 feet.
Leevold, as you were in the back, Alyssa, Damien, and Ivisara, they managed to get like into the arena room area. As you're like kind of rounding the corner to enter, the door at the end of the hallway bursts open, and you see a guy in like full black and blue armored BDD gear. This isn't like a normal like street cop with an etheric rifle, and he immediately like pops a couple shots. As soon as he kicks open the door, he shoots 2, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'd say 18.
That's pretty good.
I'm not even proficient in it.
So you see that door come open, you kind of duck and charge forward as fast as you can as the 2 pulses of this like blue energy go over your head just by a smidge, and they just like hit that kind of fake wall, and it immediately like a solid like probably 3 feet where each pulse hits just immediately burns away with like a blue light and is incinerated. As you guys make it into the arena, Visar jumps behind the bar, and she, like you guys probably follow behind, jump over too, and she gets behind it, and there is a latch, like a hatch rather, not a latch. And on that latch, there is like a combination lock, and she says, "I need you to buy me like 12 seconds," and she starts like fiddling with it.
Are we all behind the bar right now, or is it just those
Yes.
two and I'm catching up?
I want to cast Silent Image.
Can I just try to barricade too while she's doing this?
You're gonna try to, what'd you say? You're gonna try to barricade?
Yeah, like maybe like like I don't know how open it is. Like, is there any like spots I can try to barricade so people can't get in? I don't know if there's like schools or things like because I don't have any spells or anything right now.
Well, in this room, it's pretty wide open, and like you're behind the bar. But give me first, give me a perception check, perhaps.
I got a 13.
Alright, so we got one second. Setting up the hold that thought for one moment while I set up this thing here. All right, 13 on your perception, you said, right?
Yep.
There are some like bar stools and stuff around the central arena. As you're running past, you think about like maybe I could grab one or two of those to use as barricades. Give me an athletics check. I want to see how many you're able to get and how well you're able to.
I got a 19.
It's not too bad. A couple more IDs down. And then bar. That ain't a fucking bar. Throwing together a map real quick. Because this is going to be, might be a big one, or we might get out of there really quickly. Hopefully the second thing. Yeah, that'll do.
Is this person that shot at me, like, is that bigger than the other robots that we fought?
He's not a robot.
Well, the guy in full gear. Are they bigger than the constructs that we fought earlier in the sewers?
In the sewers?
Yeah, the ones that took Darren.
That wasn't in the sewers
You mean
yet.
in the
Alleyway.
yeah, it wasn't in sewers, but I understand what you mean. He is probably about the same size, maybe. I mean, he might be a little bit bulkier than them, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's probably a little bit bulkier than them, probably. All right.
So at this point, have I barricaded stuff?
What was your roll for that athletics check?
Waiting for the map.
What was your? I'm about to be done. What was the roll for the athletics check?
A 19. A 19. I'm only saying that because I might
you're able to
ready an
grab-
action
you're-
before
you're
they
able
get
to
to me.
scoop
I'm a
up-
little
you're
scared.
able to
Like
scoop
Darren said,
up
I'm scared.
three. You're able to scoop up 3, and as you jump over the side, you're able to barricade it pretty well, actually. So yes, you're able to barricade the left side. The right side is like closed off and about to pull up now. So let's go ahead and boop. Go to my camera and go like this. Boop. Bada bing, bada boom. Alrighty. Now I need Yo Minis, the of old. Damien. Where it is.
Starting to think Darren got the better end of this fucking deal. Surgery that I don't remember. Cool.
Not even trauma. You don't even remember it.
Yeah.
It's
We're fighting
fine.
for our fucking
I'm
lives.
I'm just chilling in a nice hotel room.
Yeah, remember when you were in danger?
Right? Like,
Yeah.
Now you're in a spa. You're in a hot tub while we're about to get killed.
Oh God, I
have
hate it
medevacs
though.
out.
I can't
I
do
just want a long-
anything.
I just want a nice long rest at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I have not
That'd be
taken a long
amazing.
rest yet in this campaign.
You
Yeah,
have
fair,
it's
it.
the
neither have
same
we.
day.
To be fair, neither have we. Like,
Alyssa,
Not
you're
What, you
In the
like, went
campaign,
and
we
got-
have.
well, we've done travel long rest. We've never done like a whole day. Let's long rest, guys.
Mm,
We were on
Listen.
the boat. There was nothing else to do.
you're a
She's
bard,
there.
right?
yep.
You gotta get the tent spell that that we had last
Lean
game.
Tiny hut.
Yeah, tiny hut.
It's a,
So we
I
can
think
just.
it's a 3rd level spell though. Is the only thing.
Oh, I didn't know it was that high level. Oh. Yeah, but that allows us to like long rest almost like anywhere. So that's what we used last time.
Yeah,
All right.
it doesn't mean
Initiative.
shit when we have to keep moving.
That's true. Yeah.
Initiative.
We just go in
I
the tiny hut
rolled
while
a
these guys are attacking us.
23.
So.
Initiative. Oh boy.
First we level up.
12.
I'm getting alert.
I am rolling like
23 's
half
pretty
this
good.
session.
I got a 11.
That's not good. All right, no.
Hey, I'm only
rolled a
second to
4.
last.
We don't know how many of them there are.
I'm assuming that they got better than 12.
Okay, so there. One.
They could not have.
Don't jinx it.
The thing is, the numbers. That's what I'm concerned about. How many are we fighting?
Okay. So
One apiece.
20,
That's hard.
21 was Leovold.
No, I got
Leovold.
23.
Also,
23.
what does silent image do? I think Alyssa casted that too.
Yeah, I wanted to cast that, but now that we're rolling initiative, I might have to wait a while.
Well, no, you casted that before we even did the initiative.
Yeah, you could. Hold that thought though. So wait, we got Visara at 16, and then what was next? Alyssa got what?
I got 12.
Alyssa 12, and then Damien got 10, right?
11.
11.
11, and then it is Shield BDD with a 9, and Gear BDD with 7. So you got lucky. But as you guys dive behind, Alyssa, what do you do? Silent image?
Yeah, are we like fully like obscured behind the bar or whatever we're behind?
You have like full cover if you remain prone. If you stand up, you only have half cover.
I guess I'm asking, can they see all of us?
Not if you are prone. If you're prone, then they know you're in here, and there's really only one place you can be because it's a really open area. But they can't physically see you. But they'd be like suspicious of the fact that you're probably behind the bar.
Sure. Yeah, I want to cast Silent Image. And I want the image to be Evisara, like, leaping out from behind the bar and trying to, like, get across the room.
Okay, that's cool. So you'll have her jump from the other side of the bar and like run like that way.
Yeah, just away from us. If there's, like, another exit, she'll go for that. If not, I guess she'll try and, like, loop toward them, but take a circuitous route.
Okay, I like that. So you do that first, and I'm gonna have them roll. Yeah, so that's not their turn yet, so they're not gonna like immediately react to that. And it also depends on what you guys do, but they are going to turn to that situation. Like that, it definitely draws their attention. But then it is Leovold's turn. For some reason, you're like glowy. Why is your mini glowy? What's that about? Neat.
I don't know if that's an effect on the mini or you. Like,
I don't think it's me. I think it's you, my guy, but whatever, dude. Either way, I like it.
I'm shiny.
Yeah. So you guys be kind of like
Oh.
this here.
Fucking hell. I got nothing besides hey over here, buddies.
You would see two guys in the front with big ass shields that like cover like their full body, and you see at least two guys behind them with Aetheric rifles.
That's a lot more than we can really handle. So if we're trying to buy time, the only thing Leovold really thinks about right now is hopefully you can't shoot what you can't see. So he's gonna take a smoke powder, this little metallic sphere, presses a button on it, and it starts to immediately produce this thick black smoke, and he is going to kind of toss it over the bar area to kind of put a smoke screen in between us and them.
Put a little fog in here.
Yeah,
a little too
and
much fog, but I like it. You toss it how far out?
We don't have ranges on these items.
It'll just be it's a thrown thing. There's a calculation for throw distance. I think it might just be your strength score. I'm not sure. Or it's your strength score times something, maybe. There's a thing for it. I can look it up if we need to. But you throw it in front of the bar.
Yeah.
To not cloud yourselves, but to put a cloud between the bar and them.
Yeah. Kind of like this little smoke barrier.
And then you go prone.
Yep. Then he kind of just hunkers down and looks at Fisher and go, any fucking day.
It's her turn. So she'll make a sleight of hand. She got a 17. You see her hands moving quickly. She spins the first. There's 5 dials on it. She spins the first one. She looks satisfied. She starts spinning the second one, and she looks satisfied. And then she's fidgeting with the third. And that's the end of her turn. And then it is Alyssa's turn. Are you going to stay? You're going to commit. You're going to stay hidden and commit to the silent image and see if that buys around.
Yeah, I want to see if it'll draw them. Do I have? That's right. I have to use my action to move it. So I guess that's my turn. Except I'm going to give Evisara Bardic Inspiration for the next sleight of hand check.
You get for Bardic Inspiration is a D8.
D6.
D6.
Although, hang on, let me check.
And then you have her. Do you move the silent image that calls it to like run?
Yeah, I want it to like keep moving away from us.
All right. So
I want to kind of make it look like she's like going to like attack them or try to escape some other way, but without actually getting close to them.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of skirt around the side, and maybe make it look like she's gonna like run and maybe try to jump over this table. That'll be the end of your turn. And then it's Damien's turn.
I'm going to look over at Leovold and Alyssa. I'm going to be like, does anyone have anything flammable? Or not flammable. Does anyone have any spells or explosives, Leovold? Do you have anything that you could use to blow something up?
I can make a loud noise.
My idea was I wanted to start throwing bottles of alcohol all over the battlefield and then blow it up.
Sorry, I have a train passing, so I didn't want to just be like horn all day. He'll pull out one of the similar spheric ball, but this one has kind of like a fuse on it. I've only got one left.
Okay, we got to make sure there's a lot of alcohol out there then to light up a big fire.
Well, good thing we're behind a bar.
Give me a medicine check, actually, and then a perception check.
I do not know medicine, so here we go. Oh, I rolled a 17. I don't know what that means, but so I got an 18 for medicine.
You know that the stuff that'll light up the best is probably clear alcohol, and you start looking for bottles of clear alcohol. Give me a perception check.
And quick question: if you roll below your passive perception, you just get your passive perception, right?
Your passive perception, your active perception are different. So
Okay.
your passive perception is just like always on. If you're actively trying to perceive something, you aren't using your passive perception. So I would personally, I don't run it that way. Some DMs might run it that way.
Yeah, I rolled a 13. That's why I asked.
Like right now, because you're in like a stressful situation, the way I justify it to myself, if your character's like running down the street, walking down the street, and I call for a perception check, and your passive perception is 20 then I would go to your passive perception. But if you're like in combat, I don't let you use your passive perception because you were like stressed the fuck out, unless it's stealth checks, in which case it does work.
Yeah.
What was your perception check?
A 13.
So you do see that there are some clear bottles. You are able to see one where you currently are. In order to, you can see that like next to that clear bottle, it's just like a green bottle, and you can tell by like the coloration that the interior liquid is definitely clear. And then the rest of them have like a brown tinge to them, and it's probably like a rum or a whiskey. But you are able to get one clear bottle, and then you can see down by Leovold, there is like a whole section that must be like vodkas. But if you were to stand up, well, you could stand up actually, because there's that fog field. So you may feel pretty confident that you could pop up and run over there, and then you'd be able to grab like a ton. Just like, you can only grab 2 right now because you only have 2 hands, but you can grab 2 and throw them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab the one, and because there's the fog field, I'll try to be cautious, but yeah, I would try to run over to the other side.
Run over the side, you grab 2 bottles, and you just chuck them out into the field. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. As long as I used all my movement to get over to the one side.
So the 2 shield BDD move up. With these shields raised, and they have 2 geared out BDD behind them. And then there is another guy who takes corner. And the 2 etheric rifle dudes are going to take 1 shot each at the silent image of her. And they both are going to hit. They roll pretty well. They don't roll damage because silent image doesn't have an HP threshold. But when they hit it, they like disrupt the image, and it alerts them to the fact that it is in fact a silent image. And with that, they are going to stay behind the shield guys, and then they're going to probably train their focus towards the fog cloud, which in my mind is probably like right about here in this area, obscured. And that is the end of their turn. This guy's going to hold an action in the back. And that brings it back to the top, which is Leovold's turn. The smoke screen lasts for it's not like indefinite, but it's like a pretty long time, right? Did I mention a duration on that sucker?
You did not. All you have is a metallic ball that holds a small amount of ether. When thrown, it releases a thick fog 30 feet. Sphere. All creatures in the sphere are considered heavily obscured, and creatures outside the sphere cannot see into or past it.
I think add a duration to that that's like 30 seconds. And I should have added a caveat that like a wind-based spell, like Gust of Wind or something like that.
I figure it was kind of similar to that, like a common magic item.
If you have it written down somewhere, like in your like an item on your player sheet or something, add a caveat. I think the duration should probably be about 30 seconds. That sounds good to me. And then add a little caveat that like wind-based spells would disrupt the fog cloud. But that
Oh.
doesn't matter for right now. I just wanted to.
I mean,
make
it kind of does, since it's the only thing I can fucking do besides shoot shit and blow shit up. We're
Well,
trying
you
to-
could also throw more of the alcohol bottles. You're right next to all the vodka.
Connor. My
Yeah,
character
you could-
drinks.
What do you
You
say?
think he's gonna throw the fucking bottles?
Oh, that's true. He doesn't want to wait. I actually I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
The moment you threw one, he was just like, "Oh."
No! Wait!
Yeah, cool. I will hold my action. And my
You're gonna
action
hold
I'm
action?
holding is going to be tossing my last blasting powder in the same area that I chucked the fucking smoke grenade.
Okay,
I'm
Alright.
just smoking and fragging.
okay. Alyssa, you see that they shoot your image, and now they're like ignoring it. Oh, actually, you know what? It's Evisara's turn first. Oh, this dumb bitch.
Wait, hang on.
Man.
She has inspiration.
Yes, she does.
And is this an
Yes.
ability check?
Yes.
So she has she
That's
has
better.
advantage on the inspiration die because I
Okay.
have motive potential.
Okay. That helps.
So she can roll the d6 twice and choose which one to take.
Okay, good. All right. So that helps because she failed outright before. So now hearing the shots go off, you can see like she's like starting to kind of sweat. You can see her hands are kind of shaking, but she does manage to get the third one and lock it in. And then she moves on to the fourth. And there's still two more that she has to get. And that's the end of her turn, which makes it Alyssa's turn.
Let's run. I suppose I don't know the combination to the thing, do I?
No. I would say that you could give her the help action
Yes,
for
I
her
will do
next
that.
turn. Okay, so you come up next to her and you kind of like take her hand, steady it, and then like try to calm her down, and perhaps like you start to ask her what the combination is so that perhaps you can help a little bit. And then that's the end of your turn, which makes it Damien's turn. You gonna throw more bottles?
I was thinking about Leovold didn't throw his explosion thing yet, right? Okay.
No, he's holding his action.
I look over at Leovold and I'm like, I'm sorry, man. We got to do this. I'm almost out. And I just want to grab as many
Get it
bottles as I
over
can.
with.
I'm just gonna start throwing them.
I'm gonna check.
I'd like to like shield Leovold's eyes so he doesn't have to watch.
30 feet is pretty big, so it's a pretty big area. That's I would say it's probably about it's probably about here, and it's this area that's obscured like that, which is pretty good. Oh, that's way too big. It's like this right here, which is pretty good. Just for the record.
And I'm making sure to grab like the least expensive bottles, just so I don't like hurt Leovold as much.
They do look like it's pretty. None of them are like labeled or anything. It looks like they're like they do look pretty. They look like they're probably pretty cheap.
House made.
But you can smell them, and like they do smell like it's pretty strong. It definitely would go up. You definitely think it would go up as you throw two more bottles. Do you throw them into the fog cloud, or do you try to like where do you throw them? So they're gonna make a puddle that's like maybe a like 10-foot, like area.
Yeah,
like
I feel like I would throw it.
10 foot's too big. It'll be about 5, which is like that. And then the fog cloud is just about here. And then you've thrown 2 bottles. So you could have like one there or something like that. Where are you throwing these things? Do you want to like cut off? Because the fog cloud, they probably aren't going to move. You would think that they probably aren't going to move through the fog cloud, maybe. So like it might be wise to like use the bottles to like cut off a different entry point. You know, like if you threw them like to the left of the fog cloud, you could kind of like make it so this whole area here with 4 of them, you could maybe like make it so they can't walk this way without potentially getting hit with a firewall. Yeah, that's pretty good. There, and obviously you can kind of do the same thing over here. It's just this side of the room is so wide that you wouldn't quite have the same effect.
Would they know though if I threw it into the smoke? Like, would they know that I threw a bottle in there?
I mean, they might hear. It's pretty quiet. Like, besides the sounds of like you guys, you can presume the people that were in the other room are dead. So there's not like a lot of noise.
Yeah, I guess I would throw it by the table like nearest to us.
Okay.
Like around there. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Use
it's
2
like-
bottles.
Yeah, just so it's far enough away from us that it won't like hit us, but like it's close enough that they can't like just go around it.
Okay. So it's their turn at that point. Hold action, hold action, hold action. No, this one's not going to hold action. He is going to take shots at the bar itself. Oh, shit.
Peyton over here is fucking doing.
It's a good thing that wasn't at one of you guys. So takes 1 shot. Oh my god, this dude. Okay. All right, buddy. I see you.
Well, technically, they can't see through it or past it.
So he starts taking shots at the bar itself. And from his angle, he's going to hit kind of like this left corner, sort of. And that etheric rifle hits, and it just like tears away, burns away the left corner of the bar. And then the second shot comes in and burns away another big portion of the bar, exposing a little bit of an alley into the bar itself. Just maybe exposing a little bit of Alysra's like foot, but just a smidge, not enough for somebody to take a shot at it. And these guys are still not able to see anyway. But on his next turn, he will probably be able to get an angle. Or get blown up, maybe, possibly. And then it is back to the top, which is Leovold.
All right. I would like to kind of peek my head up and get a quick glance of what the fuck is going on, since I haven't really looked out there since.
I can't hear you.
Grenade.
You're not muted, but I can't hear you.
I can.
Can you not hear me now?
I can hear you. That's weird.
Yeah, I can hear you
Aiden, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Wait, I can't hear any of you. Oh, it's me.
Mm.
My bad. I
Good
was
now,
muted.
buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Weird.
what I said was I'd like to take potentially a perception check, because Leovold has not stuck his head out since throwing the smoke grenade, and he would like to know what the hell the room looks like now.
Okay. So are you gonna like look? Are you gonna like kind of pop over?
I'm gonna look. I ain't popping out. Are you? I saw what that gun does.
But just like this, you know? Give
Yeah,
one of these.
I'm Scooby doing it, man.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
And I'll do it at disadvantage if you want.
No, I don't think you have to.
Okay. Well, the first roll was a 13, so that's 18.
That's pretty good.
I'm just trying to
From
see if I
your
can
angle,
see any
you can
moving
see like
objects.
a little bit. You can see like the edge of one of the shield guys on the edge of the fog cloud, and then you can't see the guy in the back or
Yeah.
the 2 that are coming around the right side, or the left side for you.
Just trying to see if there's anyone encroaching on the bar. Go back
They're,
down.
they're not like they're not close to you, but they're gonna be close to you.
Yeah, they're making their way. So I'm gonna hunch back down under the bar, go fit, fit, fit. Look at Damien, tell him to start chucking any bottle he gets his hand on over to the right of us. And I'm holding my action to throw the blasting powder before my next turn. So at the end
Okay.
of the initiative.
So it's Ivisara's turn. She has, excuse me, she has an advantage on this sleight of hand check. Oh, she got a natural 20. Hell yeah. So you come over, Ilisar, you kind of calm her down a bit. You talk to her. You see her hand. She kind of closes her eyes. She takes a breath. Her hands stop shaking. And she managed to lock in the last two combos, snap the lock, pull it off, and open the hatch. And she turns to you guys and says, "Come on. We gotta go. We gotta go." And she jumps down into the hatch. That's the end of her turn. And then it is Damien Lister's turn.
I am going down into that hatch without a second thought.
Fuck it. Woo! You jump into the hatch. Damien, it's your turn.
Okay, so for my movement, I'm gonna go down to the hatch. But before I do, instead of throwing it like out, because I was gonna throw it farther out to try to make a wall, but now I want it to kind of like come inwards to the bar, so that it like almost like burns up the bar, so they can't like follow us easily. So
Smart.
I want to kind of so I kind of want to throw as many alcohol bottles as I can like right near the bar, and then I'll be like,
Okay.
Liam, blow it up as we get out of here.
Jump into the
Jump in.
hatch. Leoval, how much HP do you have?
Do I have to answer that question?
No, you don't. I'm just concerned. All right.
Don't worry, I am too.
It's whatever Adair healed him for last.
I would say that you could have taken. I did tell you you could take.
I
some
did
short
do.
rest.
I did use short rests because I used hit die. Yeah. I used practically all my hit die, and every time we did had a short rest time, I used second wind. So I'm up a good amount.
That's
But
good
I'm not
because
full.
the BDD shield guy and the BDD gear guy around this corner, and they managed to get a slight angle on you, as I said previously. He is going to be rolling at disadvantage because they're only able to see like a little bit. I'm not going to do cover. Unless, would you prefer to have cover or disadvantage?
It doesn't matter. I'm not at full cover since he can see me, so I don't get the +5.
Yeah, you'd be at like half cover, which is +2.
Yeah,
3.
so like disadvantage is better slightly in my favor, but they're still gonna fucking hit.
It is much better. He got a 20 and a 19, and then an 11 and a 3.
11
So-
total, or did he roll an 11?
He rolled an 11, which does give him a pretty good hit. He probably hits 1, because that's an 18.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait? You said 11 and 9?
11 and 3.
Okay,
So the 3 doesn't hit, but the 11 does.
so I'm gonna have a prosthetic.
So that's going to be...
I am terrified for this number right now.
I'm kind of afraid. It's a 13 force damage.
Okay, cool. All right. Had
You see
double
the
that.
two come around the corner. The BDD shield guy drops onto a knee, and he keeps the shield up, and then the rifle guy hops over the shield, takes 2 shots. One of them goes wide, strikes against the back wall, and the second one catches you like in the thigh, or maybe
Mhm.
even like the shin, and you feel like an immense scorching pain that very quickly sears and then stops, and then it's just like this burning sensation as you take 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then these guys are going to round. They can't see you. You're in full cover to them. So. And this guy will move this way as well. probably actually go right here. Hold his action. Hold his action. And then it is your turn.
Well, before, because I was holding an action, I said before the start of my
You did.
next turn.
Yeah.
Those two fuckers that just shot me
Uh-huh.
need to make a dexterity saving throw of 14.
The shield guy failed. The guy in the back succeeded. Oh, which makes sense to me thematically.
All right. They will take 3d6 plus 1 force damage. Hopefully this does something. If not, I'm fucked. That's a nice roll. That's 14 points of damage. Fuck you guys.
Nice. All right. So let's
Half as
go.
much as they succeed.
The one did succeed. So the blast gets absorbed by the shield guy, who's kind of knocked on his ass, as then the explosion catches some of the bottles, and fire lights up in the room, and there's like a pop of explosives, as then the fire moves towards the bars. There's a couple other explosions. Or not really explosions, but this rapid catch across the floor as the alcohol goes up. And the fire. He didn't douse the bar, but you can see where the trail is quickly coming towards the bar, and it's going to probably catch the bar on fire, and then probably all the alcohol bottles in the bar. Pretty sure.
Woo.
Not yet.
How far away is that fucker with the gun?
With who?
The guy with the gun. How far away is he?
He is 80 feet, but he's behind full cover.
Cool. Never mind.
You have to shoot the shield boy.
Piece of shit. Alright, well, as my bonus action, because I got those with this character, I'm going to second wind and heal myself up for a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool, cool. That is not enough. That's only 4 points.
Every little bit.
Not after that gun. Well, shit, fuck. I am terrified. Behind the bar, can I, like, I don't know. Did Damien pull, like, all the bottles down from the wall, or did he just, like...
No, he grabbed 5. So there's, like, still a ton.
Okay, well, I guess what I'm just gonna do, is kind of hang off the ledge of the hole and just shoot at the wall full of alcohol to
Okay.
try and like ignite it even more and just drop down at the same time.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh, now you roll good. You okay?
Perfect.
That's a 26.
Nice. That hits, yeah. So you strike a collection of bottles, and luckily, just by really luck, I mean, you just shoot, something catches a spark, and the bottles explode, and the whole bar quickly lights up as you jump, and just let yourself go down the hatch. Fire. I don't know. I
I'm
don't
loving
know.
it.
We're leaving this map, so I don't need to do this, but I always like putting fire on things.
As it crashes your computer.
Yeah, right. I got a strong computer just so I could put fire on things.
I've been on a Hellspire map where there's so much fire that it just was like not computing whatsoever. I'm like, okay.
It's now an image.
I had the one you weren't there for the Starfall campaign. Huge map, probably like fucking 50 minis on it. Fire everywhere, buttery smooth. Fire everywhere. Gigantic map, huge map. It was like massive. It was like multiple mountains, with like the insides of the mountains being these like orcish raiding cities. Shit ton of minis. So much fire. buttery smooth. At least
Out
on
of
my end.
curiosity,
I don't know
how
if it's
far
buttery
is this
smooth or
drop that we just took?
It's a good question.
Because if it's far, I'm not surviving, guys.
Each one of you have to make an acrobatics saving throw.
Oh, is there not like a convenient ladder that we could take?
No.
This is a GTFO hole.
Fair enough. You said acrobatics?
Yeah.
18.
I want
If
to
I
take
could
that.
stop rolling like this.
I want to take that so bad, but it wasn't.
11.
I'll take that even better. Thank God. Natural 20.
There you go.
26.
Damien, you fall down. Evisara has like already moved out of the way as you drop down. Superman landed, and then Alyssa falls down and lands on top of you. You guys are going to split this fall damage. Ooh, that was kind of a lot. So each one of you takes 6 points of fall damage as Alyssa falls on top of you. And then you're sitting there and you look up, and Damien and Leopold comes like falling down into the darkness as you both manage to just kind of roll out of the way. He lands in between you guys and doesn't take much damage. You take 3 points of fall damage, Leopold. So you land on your feet.
You just hear him yell out, "Fuck!" As he
Sprained
holds
your
his
ankle.
leg.
Yeah.
No, he's holding the leg that he got shot.
Oh yeah, that probably hurts. You probably fall. You probably do. That's actually true. You probably land and then feel like a searing pain up your leg, and then you probably fall down. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
But
that's exactly what he does. Like he's not he's not a strong boy.
I guess Damien just fell on his face and passed out. I think he's done. You said he took 3 or 6. How much damage did he take?
who?
6.
You?
Yeah, I had 2 health, so I'm unconscious.
Oh yeah, you're unconscious.
Damn it, we are so.
I get Alyssa
You
drags
fall-
him
you
out of the
land,
way, so
And
Leopold
then
doesn't
Alyssa falls
fall
on
him.
top of you and knocks you out.
Sorry.
And then Leopold
You're
would
fine.
actually
Well, technically, I came
Leopold falls onto Damien,
I can't
taking
drag
3
him out
points
of the
falling
way.
damage, and Damien gets 2 death saving throws.
Connor, stop building characters that want to fucking die, guy.
I don't do it. I don't. Oh my god. It just comes
I
with
got
it.
no healing.
It comes with it, man. It's a part of the game.
Darren.
Yeah, if I had any spell slots, I could help you.
Okay.
Darren.
Yeah.
We're just cutting off with Damien like in the wind.
Yeah. I'll roll a death save for him.
Oh no. Oh.
Darren.
Uh-huh.
You ever like leave your room? You stay there, you journal, you rest, you eat.
Back to
Just
the
chill for the rest of the
hotel.
night.
I
Robot came. You're good.
I think at some point she I think would go look for Nettie. If the captain doesn't come up. And be like, I found her.
As you leave your room, start making your way
Oh no.
down. And you enter into like the big bar area. Give me another perception check. You're calmed down now. Regular perception check.
That's 12.
You look around the floor. It's been a little bit of time now. It's a little bit later in the night, but a lot of the crowd is left. There's still a good number of people here, but it's not packed like it was before. It's much more manageable. The lights are kind of dim. There's this orange glow throughout the building with like pockets of shadow in the corners. There is like some light music playing in the background, just like some wind instruments, and there's like a harp or something, or maybe a violin playing. You don't see the band, but you can hear the music. And as you look around, you don't see Nettie. But you do see the assistant on the 3rd floor in a balcony, suite type area. You see him like on the ledge with his back turned to you. And the only reason why you really notice him is because he's holding all of those tools from like 5 sessions ago. And he's just got them like in this big bundle, and they're kind of gleaming up there, like these copper and gold shining objects that he has held to his chest.
Is there a way to get up there?
There is the alleyway between the 2 bars and the spiral staircase, and you can see off of the spiral staircase there are like landings on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor, and then off of those landings there are like these bridges that connect to the various like little suites.
Okay. And Darren will try to head up.
You start heading up. You start heading up the spiral staircase to the 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and start making your way across the bridge. And now you can see like kind of into the suite. The lights are especially dimmed in there. You can see that there's a kind of like a haze of smoke coming out from there. You can see the assistant, his red jacket, his blonde hair, his back obviously turned to you. And then you can see a little bit of Nettie's purple dress. It's kind of not literally glowing, but it's piercing the darkness. And then she has near like kind of like almost like porcelain skin that does almost glow in the shadows of the balcony. And she's back in like kind of like a booth. And there is 2 people sitting in the booth with her that look to be like scholarly, or maybe like they have like nice kind of dress attire on. You don't recognize them though. As you move into the booth, do you do anything? You walk in, sit down. Do you say anything?
Nettie, oh my God, Nettie.
She turns to you. She has this like golden long pipe that has like a little bit of smoke billowing off of it. She stands up and says, Darren, what is, why are you screaming? What's wrong?
Oh gosh. It's been a day. A really bad day.
It has been a bad day. Why don't you sit? Would you like a drink, food? These are associates of mine from the Aethra Academy. This is Professor Humboldt and Professor Sigram. And she points to the 2 gentlemen. Sigram is like a halfling. He looks like maybe he is like not a full halfling. He looks like maybe half something. His skin has like kind of a yellowish tint to it, and his ears are like slightly elongated, more so than a regular halfling. And then Humboldt is like this big, fat, what the fuck are those guys called? For like cow people, what are those guys called?
Furbogs?
Furbog, thank you.
Minotaurs. They're both bovine.
They're like both. They're like, yeah. Calling them cow people is probably insensitive, but
Calling the fictional people cow people.
I'm just writing them down before I forget them.
Wait, the furbolgs are cow people?
Yes,
They have
actually, they
bovine
are.
features.
They have bovine features. They're not cow people. They have bovine features. So sorry.
I know
thought that they were
Ferdog
something
is going
else.
to take offense. Mhm.
Don't
I know
at
him personally.
me, Peyton.
He hates
Understand
when
that?
people call him a cow person. Professor Humboldt, he stands up and says, "Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry that you've had... Your friend Nettie has told me about what has happened today. I'm sorry. And then Zigram says, "Oh yes, that's stressful day. Stressful day." And he like raises a little glass to you, and shoots it back. And then Nettie says, "Yes, it is. Would you like to, gentlemen? Would you excuse us?" And the two professors go, "Oh, by all means. Excuse us. Sorry." And as Humboldt walks by, he says, "Pleasure to meet you." And then he continues down the like bridge that connects this private area to the staircase. And then he turns and says, "Besides the obvious, what's wrong?"
Oh, I got separated from everybody because I was kidnapped by a robot. And then I don't really remember what happened. And then I woke up and Captain Edgar was there. And then we came here. And I don't know if anybody else is alive. What if everybody else is dead and it's my fault?
No, I'm sure they're fine. I haven't had any strange inclinations. If they were dead, I'm sure I would have felt something. They're safe, I assure you. You were kidnapped by robots.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretending to be one of them, and they're like, I don't know. And then they took me, and I don't know. Do you know, if you know that everybody's alive, do you know where they're at?
No, I just know that when people that I've spent a good bit of time with are alive, and then when they're not, I can just, tell. It's one of my gifts.
Huh.
And in that moment, Nettie, she kind of shudders and she turns her head. You see she gets like some kind of goosebumps.
What's happening? Did somebody die?
No. And she takes you and she like sits you down. And then she sits down across from you. You can roll an insight check if you want.
Sure. Let's 19.
She's lying to you.
No, somebody died. That's not. You don't look like that normally. I've never seen you look like that. No.
No. I think that was just a cold breeze. Didn't you feel that? It's the Aethra conditioning in here. It's frigid.
Why are you lying to me? Why are you lying? You're not supposed to lie to me. I'm supposed to be able to trust you.
She sits back. She takes a long hit of the pipe that she has. Blows it out and says, "Fine. Somebody might have just died. Maybe."
Maybe.
It's not an exact science.
Do you know where? Do you know who?
She says, she like motions for the assistant to come over. And she says, "Give me my cards." And he fumbles and he drops all the stuff and then he kind of rubs her eyes and he just stands there awkwardly for a second as this is like loud clatter. "Sorry." And he reaches down, he picks up a book, and he hands it out. She flips open the binding, and inside there's just like leaflets with cards in them. And she swirls her wrist, and the cards kind of float out, and they collect into a deck into her hand. And she says, "Are you sure that you want me to check?"
Yes.
We're going to go back to the group. Evisara turns to you guys in this tunnel. She yells, "Come on, follow me. We don't have any time." And she kind of like disappears. You see her this like in this like kind of this like born out, almost like a cave or something. You can hear in the distance like a little bit of a trickle of water. And you suspect that maybe you're in like a service tunnel or like maybe a structure to sewer system again or something, but you're definitely in some like, subground stonework at the very least. It's dark down here. It's like pitch black. There is no lighting. The only lighting you have was like the initial light coming from the hatch as Visara yells at you guys, and she kind of takes off into the tunnel. What do you guys do?
Well, when I get up, I'm not seeing Damien get the fuck up. I start going into a panic. And I try to pick him up and throw his arm over my shoulder and try to kind of carry him dead weight. While at the same time, I'm using every little bit of fucking thing I got. I'm gonna activate a restoration powder in our area to try and see if he'll wake up, kind of like a smelling salt.
You activate a powder, one of your powder pouches. It releases like a light green sort of mist that quickly fills the area. You go ahead and breathe it in. Alyssa, you can breathe it in. I don't know if Alyssa is actually even fucking hurt, but
She
gets a little
is,
bit
just
of
not as direly as the others.
you could, because it's an AoE, right?
Yeah,
Or
10
is it
foot
a
area.
target?
1d6 plus 1, so 6.
6.
So
So both of you get back 6 HP. You see the smoke like fill the area, and you see that it's in Damien's face. He does not move.
hang on. So can I? There's something I could have done that I did not do that could have been very helpful in this situation.
Okay.
How much retcon are we allowed to do?
Depends what you say next. How about? What is your plan?
I can cast Featherfall. So
Yeah,
I
that would
cast
help.
it on myself and Damien as we were falling through the hatch.
Bit.
That would help. I don't know that I can
Might
allow
be.
it because this is the continuity. The continuity, Alyssa.
I mean, already gotten this far, unfortunately. In my eyes.
Yeah,
I thought
I
that
think
might be the
unfortunately-
case.
I think unfortunately we did get this far, and I already told Darren that he's dead.
You didn't say that.
You told a
That someone
Darren or
might be
Damien?
dead.
Stop killing Connor's characters!
Bro, if your character is like full dead, come back as a fucking barbarian and just tank everything.
That, or I'm just gonna hide the whole time and be a rogue. One of the other two. We'll see.
You
have a
see that he should be like you see that the mist is in his face. You guys have breathed in. You can feel immediately like the pain from your leg kind of fade away a little bit. It still probably hurts a bit.
Yeah, it still
You're
twinges.
beat up. Alyssa, you feel like the pain from your fall fade, whatever other things. You haven't really been too dinged up. So you breathe that in and you kind of feel a little bit restored. Damien does not move. And he's dead weight. You have to make an athletics check.
Can I help?
Yeah, for sure. You can like two-man it.
Are you out of bardic inspiration too?
Okay.
I'm out of everything. The only reason I could have
Y'all
cast
wanna-
Featherfall is because it's a race trait.
Oh,
I don't
no.
have a
Oh,
spell
nice.
slot for
There's
it.
Janasi.
Well, that's
yeah.
two nat 20s.
2 nat
Carry
20s?
him. Yeah,
No shit.
I rolled both.
So Alyssa and you managed to get Damien on, over your shoulders, and you managed to start moving. It's not. I wouldn't say you're moving at full speed, but you're not at half speed. You're like 25. You like lose a little bit of movement speed as the two of you carry him, and you're like trying to sprint down this tunnel. You can hear voices behind you as you descend into the darkness, and probably after you have moved about 50 feet, 100 feet, because you'd be dashing. So after you move about 100 feet into the darkness, you do hear a thud, and then like probably another thud from behind you, and then some shouting, just kind of like indiscriminate. There's too much going on for you to really focus on that as you continue to run forward. As you're running forward, give me a perception check. If you have dark vision, it's not a disadvantage.
Did we decide that I have dark vision or no?
I don't think our Johnsies do, right? Is that what Bashiab is?
D&D
Fair.
Beyond says that I do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But
I
you
forgot all
seem
about
to
that.
Disagree. And I don't know if we settled it.
No, I don't know if we did. I think Bashiaba said he didn't, and he was an Air Genasi. But Dean, let me check. I'm going to pull him up right now. Yeah, they have dark vision. You can see in darkness because you can see as if it is dim light, so you're not disadvantaged. You just can't discern
And it's
color.
a perception check, you said?
That's right.
15.
Where the fuck were these at earlier? That's 25, not 20.
Nice.
I'm tired
So
of
you guys
useless
go
nerd.
running forward. You hear Ivisar managed to get pretty far ahead of you guys. And in the darkness, you actually can't see out far enough, even with the dark vision, to see her. But as you're sprinting ahead, you do see the great coloration. You can see that there's a drop. And as you come to that drop, you can see that there is like sort of like kind of like a slide almost that comes to the end of this. It looks pretty steep, and it's not quite wide enough for you guys to go down as 3 people side by side. One of you will have to take Damien, or you'd have to slide, like let him go.
I mean, I still can use Featherfall since I can't, like, I didn't use
This
it
isn't a
before.
fall. You're going to be like sliding. I don't know if it would still technically, like Featherfall might help, but you might also want to be moving at like maximum speed too. This isn't a dead drop. This isn't like, just falling. It's more like it's a steep slope. That's up to you. Featherfall could help, but also in character, you might not want to like limit. You do hear like the thudding of boots behind you.
Yeah, maybe, like, once we get to the end, if there's going to be an impact, maybe I'll cast it then to slow down.
You can do that.
Not at the beginning.
You could do that. What is the order? Is somebody going to take? You can't hold it down at the same time.
Leovold is going to take out a little bit of rope and tie Damien around him and kind of hold him up like in a hugging motion. Just tie him, hold him, and keep him as connected as possible. And he's going to go down.
You take the time to kind of tie a rope around your waist, around Damien, grab him, and then you go ahead and slide. Alyssa, while you're like waiting for him to tie this rope, and you're hearing the boots get closer, there is a moment where he jumps, and then you hear a voice from behind you. Stop!
Okay, that's cool, but I'm not going to listen to it at all, and I'm going behind them.
You jump. You do hear a couple like disadvantage. What's your AC?
15.
You take one shot to like the mid back area, like right below the shoulder. As you jump, and you see one of the shots go like over your head and then hit the wall and kind of burst in this blue light. It hits you. There's like a searing pain in your side that you kind of quickly forget about as you start shooting down this slide. You do take 4, 3, 11 points of force damage.
Get me one of
And
these
how much
fucking
did I heal before?
You healed for 6.
All right, thank you.
You go sliding down the slide, and that's where we'll end the session.
Ah!
Great.
Really, Fang? Really?
Yeah.
Gotta wait a whole fucking week?
Yes. Very nice.
Figure out if he fucking is alive or dead, or even can be brought back. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm gonna have to come to the next session with the question marks and everything. Like,
Instead of Damien, you're just gonna put 3 question marks. Damien? Question mark?
yeah, I like that.
No, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna come back. If your character's dead, you're coming back as a barbarian because you don't get uncanny dodge until level 5, and we're only level 3, and we're getting our ass kicked. So you're just gonna rage it through.
Hey, barbarians aren't bad. I'd be down.
Like, this is ridiculous. We're fighting level 8 characters. Have to be. If not
Those guns
higher.
are crazy. Those guns are pretty nice.
I need one. I was trying to steal one, but he was 80 feet away behind a shield.
Oh, you were gonna be like, give me that?
I was gonna grapple and hook that shit.
You could eventually, eventually your character would make something similar.
Oh,
Have the same, like,
I
eventually.
imagine so.
Yeah.
But still, I was like, I
You
want
get,
it
they,
now.
get, they get a +3 to attack. Their weapons aren't legendary, though, but they have attachments on them that give them increased accuracy.
I love Darren was like, I'm gonna go with them, and we were all like, no, we don't know what's gonna happen to you. Fucking paradise.
Yeah,
Best decision she ever made.
the best time ever. She gets a
Like,
fucking
she was
helicopter
like-
ride.
I have a bad feeling about this. You guys are about to get fucked up. I'm out. Later.
Yeah, you didn't realize
I
that she was
should've been a
actually
robot,
betraying
too.
you. She was like, I'm gonna go to a spa, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, she did have her body like taken apart, but
She
she
doesn't
doesn't,
know that.
remember it.
And now there might be like a whole civil war between the party. Like if the lamplighters, like the
Oh no,
See,
there's
we-
100% going to be.
we're gonna be on the other
After
side, just like
this?
looking at a Darren and like the captain, like wait, what?
Oh, a Darren, no, it's not like the fact that the robot people brought her back to the one guy. Like, I think she fully believes that they're the ones that caused it. She's not having it.
Yeah, but then
Vampires
Pascal's
didn't
gonna
kill
come back and be like,
Damien.
my girlfriend did it. And that's gonna be like a whole fucking like I'm just fucking putting out cow trips all over the place. Tripwires, bear traps.
Fucking Lamplighters didn't kill Damien. These fuckers busting into the Lamplighters hideout, making all types of bullshit happen, did.
Yeah, robots
Who
have
do
tried
they-
to kill me twice at this point that I've seen in front of me. So I feel like
Who do they work
explosion
for?
Well,
humiliating-
these guys aren't robots. They're just like riot. Like
They're SWAT.
they're like not,
Cops.
yeah.
And he had the crazy technology, so I feel like he would like put the two together, like the crazy tech, like with the robots, and because it was like kind of the same.
I don't
It
like
was,
magic. I don't like science. I like Oonga
You're
Boonga.
gonna
Stop-
hate Leo,
stop
man.
doing anything.
He's a little more open.
I
to
like
the
punch.
Yeah.
You don't get to punch now. He's just like,
He just turned the Hulk into Smash. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh god.
lads and lasses.
great game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fucking cliffhanger and I hate those. Connor, I look forward to seeing if your character survives or whatever you bring to the table, bud.
Yeah, I'll talk to Peyton outside of the session to see what happens.
Make a backup character just
Your
in case.
average is not great.
Good.
Right now.
I think he really likes the Squirtle like idea that I was thinking of. So I think I gotta just do Shelly
True.
at this point.
No,
So
I'm
you're
not
gonna be a
let you
lamplighter?
play- I will keep your character alive forever, so you can't play Squirrel. It's actually be like your own personal hell. This is also the second time you've almost died to somebody else falling on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, he fell on me.
That's yes, that is true. That is true. So this is actually reverse. In the first campaign, there was a boss fight, and his robot fell on him.
Well, he's
Oh,
really
I
comfortable.
forgot
He
about
still has me.
The reason why that annoyed me is because I succeeded every deck save, but my robot failed every one, so it just landed into me every single time.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
it's
it
just like
knocked me out.
banging around the room into you.
It didn't help that.
Yeah,
that
there we
boss
fought like
fight
this
was on
giant
a-
harpy.
Fuck that thing.
God.
We felt like a giant wind god harpy
More or less.
monster, and it had like the arena. The lair action was like she would change the direction of this wind, and if you failed a deck save, you would get pushed around. And the arena wasn't very big, so you could potentially fall off. So that and fucking Connor's character was just Jax was getting put. It was great. I loved it. It was a good boss fight. I thought that was a good boss fight. I really liked that one. And we didn't have like any range. We didn't have that many ranged options either.
It was me, and then I got knocked out real early, so then we were just.
Yeah, and you were
It
like
was-
on the bottom tier, so you didn't have line of sight on her. So you were
It was
like out
Connor
of
and
the
the
fight.
two warlocks. That was it.
Yeah, and I think Venley spent most of the fight rolling around
Yeah.
on the floor.
Because Zergo was just like, all right, you're falling around too much. Hold on.
I got,
Yeah, that was a good boss fight. That was a good boss fight.
I
All right,
had to
guys, I
jump
gotta head
like
home.
Fucking 8. God. All right.
I had a good
All right,
time.
next
See y'all
Thank you
next
guys.
week.
I'll see you next week. Absolutely.
good night.